Hello? Hello? I'm here. Hello, friends. How is friends? How is everybody doing today? I'm here. Hello. Are y'all ready? Are y'all ready to go to space? Y'all ready for amogus? We're playing amogus today. You excited? It's been a while. I just made Mina today, so like amogus is gonna be a bit weird. Because we'll always know who the crewmate and who the imposter is, right? But you know, it'll be fun, don't worry about it. I'm gonna undef it on Discord. Hello, Mina? Hello! Are you ready to go to space and play amogus? That was such a good pun last time. We have to bring it forward, huh? Oh, was it nice attorney in space? Oh, wait, they can't hear you. Fuck. Oh, I'm so bad.
That's not true.
I'm the worst. The baddest bitch. They can hear you now.
Cool.
Hello. I don't know why I ever have Discord muted. I should just never mute Discord on OBS. It's so bad for when I'm like testing stuff and I have stuff muted and it's like, alright.
It's because if you didn't mute it, then you would just hear me singing to myself before every stream.
Well, no, you have yourself. I mean, I deafen when I go into the Discord call at the start of the stream. So I don't know why I don't just have Discord unmuted in OBS like all the time. Because like I don't know. It's a prison of my own making every time. All right, let's play an Ace of Attorney. I'm ready to go space. Episode select because we want to see the cutscene again. So we only have this and that, huh? Huh. Is this case good?
I think so.
Okay. Finally, a good case. Hey, this is cutscene. Yeah, Needle. I was instantly worried. Like, uh-oh. This is the Apollo backstory case, so that's exciting.
Yeah, this is the Apollo backstory case, and it's kind of a two-parter with case 5 as well. So we finally have the continuous story to the end now.
Yeah, no more weird, wacky time shenanigans. Yeah, Apollo's from Space Needle. That's why his name is like the sun. You get it? Because that's what he is. He is the sun.
The Apollo space programs are named after him.
Yeah, exactly. He's the one that drags the sun across the sky every day. It's pretty wild. I don't think people know that really. Wait, that's Apollo, right?
1 hour remaining until launch. Please begin your final equipment check. Check complete. Everything's A-okay. We're ready here whenever you are.
Everything's A-okay. That's normal, actually. It's supposed to do that.
Yeah, this is what rockets do.
Yeah. Amogus. This just makes me think of Old Bag. Knife. All right. That's the anime opening. Yeah, the dead one is Old Bag. Okay. So this is starting before the first case, right?
Yeah. This is starting before the bombing.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. After the bombing happens, it's all chronological to the end.
Okay. That's good. I will
Yeah.
never have to think about the chronology of this game ever again.
Not even once. After this, we're back to chronological for Spirit of Justice.
Yay!
And then we're back to achronological for Investigations 1.
Good.
And then we're back to chronological for Investigations 2.
Great. Man, they're really trying anything with this series, huh?
Yeah, anything to keep it fresh and spicy.
Or fresh, spicy, and annoying.
Yeah, like a Ziploc bag.
Wait, a Ziploc bag spicy?
Time for another trial to begin. But this one's different.
Who dis? Oh, it's Junie.
Are you alright, Apollo? Ah, was I making a scary face just now? Oh, hygiene. Yes, I'm fine. I was just doing my core to steel exercises. Now I'm all ready to go.
Wouldn't they be able to hear you if you were doing your Cords of Steel exercises?
Yes, knowing you, I'm sure it'll be just fine. Oh, I brought you a present from my garden.
A pine cone.
I just think it's neat. Is this a lotus root? That's right. My grandma says lotus root is good for your eyes.
You can actually turn those into chips and they look pretty cool.
Yeah. She says if you look through the holes, it can help you see into the future.
Whoa.
It's for good luck. Maybe later you can cook it and... Thanks for this. I'm gonna have some right now.
So just bite into it?
Oh my.
Probably doesn't taste very good raw, dude.
Crunch. Kinda tough though. You can't eat it raw, but thank you for the enthusiastic try. Oh, if she didn't think we were before, she will now. I'm gonna calm down.
Apollo, I'm sorry I'm late.
Hi, Tina.
Junie, I didn't know you were coming today. Did you come to cheer Apollo on? Oh, I get it. You sly little thing, you.
Tina, stop. She just grabs Apollo by the neck. What? What? What?
What? That's a good reference. I like that.
Thank you. Quit getting around, Athena. The trial's about to start any second. Is everything all set?
Oh, Apollo. When will you ever figure it out?
Figure out what? For future-proofing's sake, I would appreciate if you took this guy.
Okay.
Wow, that was the longest sigh I've ever heard.
Oh, look at this guy. Your head's a rocket, sir. Gyaxa?
Gyaxa, you know.
Gyaxa. It's not a very good space program name.
Maybe it's pronounced Gaza, like the X is a Z.
No, that's still not much better. How should I voice this guy? He does look like kind of a bro.
He's very depressed. That's his character.
Oh, is it? Alright, so it should be monotone then. This is it. It's all over for me. They're gonna find me guilty.
This is our client, one Mr. Solomon Soul Starbuck.
Starbuck!
He's a very famous astronaut who happens to be an acquaintance of mine.
An acquaintance.
You wouldn't know it right now, but he's usually a very upbeat and driven person.
Is this the friend that Apollo has always had?
No, that's not him.
No? Okay.
This is a different friend he's always had.
I imagine the friend that he's always had is the one who was dead then.
The scene of the crime this time happened to be the Cosmos Space Center.
Hold on, I have to turn the bot on real quick. There we go.
Back in high school, my best friend and I went there almost a little too much.
Yeah, what if Apollo's friend is just Larry Butts? That'd be so fucking funny.
But that's where we met Mr. Starbuck. We asked him about space travel and launched into story after story with so much passion. Back in those days, the man was 100% my hero.
Are you sure you're okay with being my lawyer, Apollo?
Of course I'm sure. I know you, Mr. Starbuck. I know you're not the type to commit murder.
Thanks, but... I was supposed to be in space right about now. Oh, you just go, huh?
It's like an oxygen tank. He's so depressed, it almost seems like an act. The launch getting called off must have been a huge shock.
I'll probably never get the chance to go into space again.
Don't say that. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Besides, you just have to go into space again.
Yeah. I don't think I could face Clay in the afterlife if I just rotted away in a cell. Clay Terran, I can't believe he was murdered. Wow, that is the most obvious name I've ever seen.
Yeah,
he's
sure is.
He's from Earth.
He's a friggin' space boncho.
Yeah, he literally has the Jotaro thing going on with his fucking hat and his hair.
Yeah, like the hat with a notch in it, and he wears his friggin' NASA coat like a cape.
Look at this fucking anime, man. I mean, he was such a promising astronaut under your command. Yeah, he was a good guy. Always there to pick me up when I was down. No one loved life as much as him, that's for sure. He was always so full of energy, telling me, "You're fine, Mr. Starbuck." Oh, I see. How could something like this happen to a guy like him, huh?
Never seen Mr. Starbuck so down.
Is that where Apollo gets the whole "he's fine" thing from?
You'll see.
Clay's gone and I'm going to prison. I wish I could burn up like a shooting star right now.
Mr. Starbuck, you'll be fine.
Ah! What is it? What's with the yelling?
I'll get to the bottom of this today, you'll see. In exchange, I want you to go back into space for you and Clay. Promise?
Does that mean you have lots of evidence to prove my innocence?
Oh, well, about that.
Nope.
We didn't get to investigate the area as much as I would have liked, thanks to the police.
Clay absolutely looks like a Pokemon character. You're absolutely right, Zerboil. No, I don't think Pokemon would have that good of a design for protagonist, actually. Like, the closest they would have is, like, N, which I think is a really solid, like, design. But even then, like, I don't know. You look at Clay and you're like, that's more, that's like a Gundam character.
Gundam Wing, to be specific.
Yeah. I'm done for. I'm a goner. Everybody thinks I did it. Thought I was gonna soar like a comet, but I'm just gonna crash like a meteorite. Mina? Mina?
Sorry, GFS something.
Oh, I see.
No, don't say that, Mr. Starbuck.
Don't count yourself out yet.
I know it's hard to lose a teammate, but you've got to keep going.
Oh. And what about you, Apollo?
What about me?
I was just thinking, wasn't Clay your best friend?
We need to focus on the trial right now. Are you all ready to go?
Apollo.
The trial's about to begin. The defense, please proceed into the courtroom.
Okay, here we go.
This is it. This is one trial I can't afford to lose. For Clay's sake and our clients, I will find Clay's killer.
Why would Ted Tonate bomb this trial? Huh. I'm gonna be thinking about that. Did Ted do it? Did Ted make the explode happen?
Can you imagine if Ted was the ultimate villain in this game?
That would suck so much ass. Court is now in session for the trial of Solomon Starbuck. Oh, you know what?
Defense is ready, Your Honor.
Hold on, we should save really quick.
You gotta go put his costume back to normal?
I have to go put his costume back to normal. I forgot that he was wearing his little boy costume. We have to change Phoenix's as well. No more little boy backpack for you. You know what? Actually...
Wow, this is...
We should have her in her
This is
default
unlike
for.
you.
We should have her in her default for at least one case. I think. I do like her default costume a lot.
They're both of her outfits are very good, yeah.
She graduated. Yeah, exactly. She graduated.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Excuse me, Mr. Justice.
Yes, Your Honor.
What happened to your eye? Judge, you can't just ask people that.
I'm fine. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Wait, he had the bandage over his eye before the place blew up?
Before the bombing, yeah.
What the fuck? Are you sure? I don't...
I'm fine, Your Honor. The defense is ready.
I'm sorry, Your Honor. He's been like this since yesterday. He keeps insisting it's just a sty. I suppose it's something he doesn't want to discuss. He must have gotten pink eye or something. Maybe he's entering a touchy age. Very well. And the prosecution. I have a lump in my throat and it won't go away.
Aw.
Fuck. The prosecution appears to be ready as well.
Silence.
Look at the chains that bind you.
Not yet. I'm not quite ready yet.
Fuck. Hmm? You fucking broke him immediately first thing in the case, huh?
Yeah.
Oh! Why are we shocked?
The prosecution is now ready.
Hey, I saw that. Well, it didn't take him long this time.
What's up with Blackwell?
Wait, Mina, we can change it. We can change what happened. If we just tell them the bomb's in the thing right now, everything will be fine.
Change the future.
You have to change the future. Now then, I shall give the opening statement.
Silence.
I'll do it.
Huh? You will.
Serious business time.
Yeah, what the fuck's up, Blackwell? What an unexpected surprise.
This time I can't leave it to anyone else.
I see. Something is off with the two of you today. They're both having their boy emotions today. It's fine. You both seem different somehow. Very well, Prosecutor Blackwell. Your opening statement, if you would.
It was just yesterday. The crimes in question occurred at the Cosmos Space Center.
Ah, that famous federal research facility of all things related to astrology, right?
Astronomy. It's astronomy. Anyway, a rocket was set to launch from there. But at 9:28 a.m., before they could even move the rocket to the launch site,
Boom!
two explosive devices were detonated and the launch was cancelled.
My word, 2 bombs! How dreadful!
The defendant in today's trial is charged with both the bombing and with murder. One was Solomon Starbuck. For whatever inane reason, he detonated a bomb on the rocket he himself would be in.
Solomon Starbuck! I recognize that name. Isn't he that famous astronaut?
Is he basically this world's equivalent of Neil Armstrong?
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay.
Correct your boldness. Mr. Starbuck was a pilot of the At-1 rocket 7 years ago.
Hat 1.
As you may recall, despite some interstellar trouble, his mission was a success. Some say it was a miracle he returned alive. I suppose you could say he's a living legend.
Wow.
Oh, I remember now. He's been something of an international celebrity, right?
Whoa. Look at that messy hair.
He used to be so anime.
That's a good look for him.
They even turned that incident into a movie and everything.
Is this supposed to be like Apollo 13? Wait, is that what the movie is?
It says a moving and thrilling documentary in 3D, so I guess it's somehow a documentary.
Oh, so it's Gravity, is what it is.
We've got a real space pioneer in court today.
Wait, it's in 3D? Oh my god, why would they put a documentary in 3D?
Base.
I guess.
But even heroes tumble from their lofty heights. Returning to the subject at hand.
Oh, yes. The victim was one Mr. Clay Terran, a subordinate of the defendant.
Indeed. A loyal disciple brutally stabbed to death by his mentor.
Stabbed to death, you say? You mean his death wasn't a result of the bombing?
Correct. Despite his lofty dreams, the victim was seen as an interloper by the defendant. And so he was not sent into space, but to the universe which we mortals cannot see. Clay. My best friend of 700 years.
This best friend I've always had forever.
I think I've heard enough. The case seems pretty clear-cut at this point. I think he's guilty. However, there's one thing I'm curious about. That metal box next to the witness stand. It almost looks like it has some kind of bomb in it. What purpose does it serve exactly?
Since you asked so nicely, it's your coffin.
Ah! Have mercy on me!
I jest. It's evidence. Due to its immense size, we've little choice but to lay it where it rests now.
Oh, there we go.
We shall get to the contents of the box in due time.
Oh, I feel like I just lost 50 years off my life. I'll only grow to the ripe old age of 950.
Does he even have 50 years left?
Inner monologue, Athena. Inner monologue.
Yeah, it sure is someone's coffin, isn't it, actually? Holy shit.
Enough jabbering.
Oh, God. Do I have to deal with this man in Spirit of Justice?
No, don't worry. He
Alright.
wasn't very popular in this game, so...
Yeah, I wonder why. Is it because he's the most cop we've ever had? Ugh. Bobby Fulbright's the name. In justice we trust. Ah, Detective Fulbright. Very well then. Please explain the details of this incident to the court, if you would. On it. First, take a look at this pamphlet from the Cosmos Space Center. In it, you'll find a diagram outlining the overall layout of the Space Center. Wow. Ah, here we are. For a more detailed look at what's on the left side of this building. Oh, God, what the fuck? Take a look at this cross section. Then we have the that we the police have created. It's just a lot already.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, there's 6 floors, there's 3 floors here, there's a corridor, the rocket's here, there's an elevator. Ah! See the launch pad in the main building.
The launch pad is the square building, and the rounded structure is the main building, right?
You got it. The incidents took place in Launchpad 1, and in the main building's lounge. I'll be using this diagram during my testimony. It'll make it easier to understand, I promise. I don't believe you. And now that I'm thinking about it, it's weird that we're starting with the first day of trial with this case. Because usually we would,
differently.
yeah, usually we would start with an investigation. Oh, I guess this game hates investigations, so this makes sense. Whatever they can do to cut investigations out of the equation, they'll do it. Just before the rocket was set to launch, 2 bombs went off. Boom! Boom! One on the second floor of the Space Center's main building, and one in Launchpad 1. Thankfully, only the 2 astronauts were in Launchpad 1 at the time. Thankfully, I say, even though it wasted billions in taxpayer money. The 2 of them managed to make it back as far as the boarding lounge. But after the escape, one of the 2 was found stabbed to death.
A murder on top of a bombing. Detective, the victim was already dead by the time you arrived at the lounge, correct?
Yep. Thinking he'd sabotaged the bombing, the defendant attacked and killed the victim. Just look at this tragic photo. Oh no! Look at that little boy, he's dead.
Oh my, is that a knife in the victim's chest? I've never seen anything like it.
Yes, Your Honor. It's the knife that cruelly ended this young man's dreams. We couldn't get any prints off of it, though, because the defendant was in a spacesuit.
By the way, Detective Fulbright, why are the victim's helmet and right glove absent in this photograph?
We had to remove them to identify him, Your Honor. I personally removed his glove during the investigation. Are you allowed to do that?
He's a cop and lets them do whatever they want.
I don't think you're supposed to do that, though. Like, they should have taken photos of the body before they did that, at the very least, right?
Yeah, it's just so that they can see his pretty face when we're looking at the picture. Instead of an amogus.
These Ace of Attorney cops are not following actual procedure. I cry. This has never happened before. We had to get his fingerprints to confirm his identity, after all.
Yes, it would be very difficult to identify him without a face or fingerprints. Now, there's just one more thing I'd like to inquire about. What is this round thing next to the victim in this photo?
Something so important to the victim he took it with him as he escaped the launch pad. A capsule that apparently contains asteroid samples.
That's where Venom is.
While obviously valuable for research purposes, it has no relation to this case.
Ha, you say that. I don't believe you.
I see.
So, we know the bomb was in the main building, and the main building was in the second floor. But where was the bomb that was in Launchpad 1 located?
Huh. That one was on the rocket itself. It was situated around the central part of the rocket. Apparently, the area around the launch pad's elevator was a sea of... It was a sea of flames. I would like to submit this diagram and report into the record. Alright. Why do they do a bomb in the main building? The trial's just started and we're already in a bind.
You get used to it. Besides, that's what cross-examination's for, right? What the 2 astronauts were doing during the bombing. That'll be the key.
Why was there a bomb in the main building? What purpose does that serve? I'm gonna look at stuff real quick. Like, why? As a distraction, maybe? That's a cool looking knife, I gotta say.
It is.
Do you think it's like a switchblade? Like these two little divots here, like, release the blade?
Yeah, probably that makes sense, especially if it's like an astronaut knife.
Yeah.
You don't want to have a blade out in the open all the time when you could slice your own spacesuit open by accident.
I should. Oh, I see. The autopsy report is just the picture. Really? Really? All right. Fuck investigations, am I right? Hate those things.
If it makes you feel any better, the second investigation in this case and the investigations in the last case are probably the longest in the game.
Good. It's just like, okay, you know, I've nailed down why I hate this game's like seeming vendetta against investigations. It's because without the investigation part, there's nothing left for us to figure out on our own. Because we're just kind of like going down the path of the guided experience that they want us to have.
Yeah, you're just being drip fed evidence.
Yeah, and twists hit us at the pace that they want twists to hit us. And like, while that's fine in most stuff, that's not really how Ace Attorney has really worked. Because you have actually been able to like figure shit out on your own for the most part in like the 4 previous games. And that's just been I don't think I've had any like huge brain moments in this game like I did in previous games, especially Apollo Justice. Like, it's just been, oh yeah, a twist is happening. I wasn't allowed to have like guess or have a theory about what was happening like way ahead of time. It's just like, oh yeah, this is the direction that the game wants me to go in, and this is where I'm going, I guess. It's just a bummer.
Yes, you're right.
Okay, so
Just press everything if you're not sure.
yeah.
Are you sure it was only the 2 of them?
It was just when the spaceship was set to launch, so of course it was only those 2.
Well, there could have been somebody else inside that rocket.
Silence.
The notion of a third party in Launch Pad 1 is utterly absurd. Just to enter the area from the lounge, one must pass through a door guided by a fingerprint recognition device.
And need the shine spark too.
Allow me to state up front that there are precious few with the clearance to do so.
A fingerprint recognition device. It sounds as futuristic and complex as a space center. Actually, it's not as amazing as you think, Your Honor. Take a look at this photo. That's very amogus. This is the door of the lounge with the fingerprint lock. Only personnel whose fingerprints are registered can pass through. I see. That is very different from what I had in mind. And is there a record of the number of people that passed through that door yesterday? Yes, there were only 3. The defendant, the victim, and the director of the Space Center, Yuri Cosmos, who was totally not a suspect.
That doesn't mean it's possible. Doesn't that mean it's possible that the director is the one who did it? Not a chance. He was in the main building when the bombs exploded at 9:28.
You know bombs can have a timer, right? Also, I thought there was a typo in what Apollo said, but I had to check.
Doing his job directing the launch. Besides having an alibi, he has no motive for committing these senseless acts.
As far as we know.
Here's the point. I guess the director can't be considered a suspect then.
No. Apollo! So I got evidence out of that, so I should just press everything, huh?
Yeah.
Now look at this. Oh, fuck. Ugh! Another thing that annoys me about this fucking game. They show me a photo, and I get a text. And here, where I would expect a text, I get a photo.
You're in backwards land.
What the fuck? Okay, I should read this. Only the Prince and Director Cosmos, Starbuck, and Terran are authorized. An independent security company manages the usage records. Backup power allows it to function even when the power goes out. Attempts to use print recognition are also recorded via security camera. So this one is interesting. This says manages the usage records, though. I guess that would give them access to the records to possibly delete stuff? Or add stuff?
Hold it!
So while it would appear the pair barely escaped with their lives, in actuality, one of them had already been murdered inside the rocket. That's the angle the prosecution wants to push, correct?
You got it! In fact, that's what I've been trying to say this whole time. If the victim had been alive, he would have for sure tried to stop the bombing.
Is there any chance that Mr. Terran could have been killed before he boarded the rocket?
They were both alive and well at boarding time and embarked under their own power. Their hearts full of hopes and dreams of space.
Then both of their hopes and dreams were dashed.
It's in my head now. I got hopes and dreams in my noggin.
Good. It's a good one to have in there.
It's a good one to have in there. If I may continue my explanation, after the evacuation order was given, the defendant made his escape, carrying the victim to make it look like a rescue. All right.
Hold it!
And who was the first to find the victim?
Actually, there were two of them.
The Space Center director, Yuri Cosmos, and Detective Candace Arm.
Oh yeah, the totally dead lady. One of them was a detective. Yep, Detective Arm specializes in bombings, you see. She and the director were ordering the evacuation following the explosions. They were also worried about the astronauts, so they hurried over to the boarding lounge. That's when they discovered the victim along with the defendant.
Two witnesses, huh? And one of them is a detective.
Two of them.
Yeah, either one would have anything to say that would help me.
It's like he's trying to give us as little information as possible.
Maybe Prosecutor Blackwell's got his tongue.
Well, don't let that hold you back. Keep pressing until we get what we need. Oh, that's a looping back around, huh? Yep.
Hold it!
How powerful were the explosions?
Detective Arm, who is totally alive now. What? When was she?
Before the trial started.
So she's dead right now. Right?
Yeah.
Fuck. Well, the one in the main building wasn't strong enough to bring the place down. But the room it went off in was burned black. Thankfully, nobody was hurt. Due in large part, of course, to me stepping up to lead the evacuation.
Oh, no, sorry, she is alive right now. She dies after the bombing, but before the bombing trial starts.
Yeah, because she gets murdered in the room. Oh no, her body was moved there.
Maybe she does die, like, right before this one starts, then. Okay, yeah, their body's in there right now, never mind. I got my brain flipped around because this game's dumbass chronology.
Wait, her yeah, she's dead and her body is in the box right now. Wouldn't it be wild if, like, Blackwell called for that evidence to be shown? Oh, is that... Oh, I see. I'm Bobby Fulbright, hero of justice. I'll be there wherever and whenever people need my help. I'd go to the other side of the world or even the edge of the universe.
Sure he knows how far that actually is.
It's constantly expanding, Apollo.
Well, I guess leave that one alone.
Hi, Charles.
Admirable decision, Justice Dono.
Huh? What did he decide?
Anyway, could you describe what it was like at the Space Center at that time?
The bomb cut the power to the central bank of elevators in the third floor lounge. It was pitch black in there, I tell you. However, the security cameras and whatnot were running on emergency backup.
And how did the evacuation go?
I immediately and heroically whisked people down to the Space Center's basement shelter. The basement shelter? Yes, there's an emergency shelter beneath the Space Center.
An emergency shelter, huh? Oh, here it is. It's at the bottom of the diagram. Was that there before? That was just added. The Space Center's pretty impressive to have its own shelter.
No, it was always in the diagram.
Was it?
Yeah.
Just go-
The power outage
This
and
just,
evacuation seem unrelated to the murder at this point.
just goes to show how much, like, seeing the entire diagram boggled my brain.
I guess leave that aside for now. So there were 2 explosions in total, correct?
Yep, that's right.
Alright.
Hold it!
Let me get this straight. Mr. Starbuck rigged a rocket he was going to board with explosives?
Huh? What are you talking about?
If the defendant really did plant the bomb on his own rocket, he get caught up in the explosion as well.
Oh, I hadn't thought of that.
Fine. A simpleton for a simpleton. Full right? The motive.
Understood. The defendant actually had astrophobia.
Astrophobia? What's that?
A fear of space, naturally. Just the thought of space can cause the afflicted to freeze up. And so, in his terror, the defendant found a way to stop the launch at the last minute.
That's absurd.
Unfortunately for you, we have evidence. Take a look at these. Astrophobia, fear of asses.
What are they? Or what are they? That's the livery I want there.
What are those? These anti-anxiety tablets were found among the defendant's possessions. Apparently, he was taking them in secret to quell his fears.
You know, people take anti-anxiety meds for, like, other reasons, right?
There were a multitude of problems with the rocket Mr. Starbuck rode 7 years ago. Rumor has it it threatened to crash a number of times as well. That was, of course, very traumatic for Mr. Starbuck. But that doesn't mean he goes so far as to blow up his own ship.
While he's on it.
The defendant couldn't bear to mar his good name now, could he? No, not after the media branded him Soul Starbuck, space pioneer extraordinaire. Given these conditions, the defendant could hardly run away like some base mutt. What, so that's why you think he resorted to the bombing? Naturally. He constructed this act of sabotage in an attempt to blow up the Space Center,
Okay, then why'd he stab Clay?
which would effectively abort the launch, but spare his reputation. Ugh.
Wait, why are you just letting that go, Apollo?
Now, I'm sure you understand why we had to bring justice down on this atrocious criminal.
Okay. So if his... Okay. Okay. So... The fucking theory here is that Saul bombed the rocket so he would not have to go into space because he was scared.
Yes.
But also, he murdered Clay because he considered him an interloper. And these are
Yes.
and these are not two conflicting motives.
No.
All right. As long as I have that clear. Because, like, why the fuck would Saul care if he's scared of space? Like, why would he care that, like, oh, somebody else wants to go to space? Fuck yeah, dude. I don't have to go. Like, it's just, that's good.
I think that pretty much covers the details of this case. Only the victim and the defendant were on the launch pad when the former was killed. If this is the truth, then only Mr. Starbuck could have carried out this crime.
Little I could get out of him only hurt my case. Huh. Justice Dono. Foolish is the warrior who rushes headlong into battle. Preparation is an essential element of battle, so I advise you to take a gander at this. What is it?
It's Hatsune Miku on Blu-ray.
It's Hatsune Miku on Blu-ray.
It's very important.
As the two astronauts emerge from the bowels of the launch pad 1 corridor, the Bolden Lounge security camera captured their desperate escape. And now I would direct your attention to what the defendant is shouldering, which you can see is none other than the lifeless body of the victim.
Yeah? And?
What?
Fucking so?
Order! Order, I say! This lines up exactly with what the prosecution has been asserting, somehow. I guess. I don't know.
It's because they were the only two ones that entered that corridor.
No, that's not true. That's provably not true. Because the log showed fucking the guy.
Yuri Cosmos?
Yuri Cosmos went in there.
He's got an airtight alibi though. Like when this was going down, he was in the control center. Like tons of people saw him.
You know what I just realized?
What's
we never
that?
get like the defendant's side of the story.
Well, just wait for that.
All right.
I should have known Blacker would have something like this ready.
Apollo, how exactly did they determine that Clay was already gone in that footage? How did they determine that was Clay at all? Considering you can't see their face or anything? I mean, that could be anyone, right? Literally could be anybody.
I mean, it's a person in an astronaut suit. I don't think that there's a lot of people that could be.
I mean, yeah, but you can't see their faces is what I'm getting at.
Yeah, I think they're more, paying us on like based on the available evidence, there's no one else it could be.
Also this, they did assert that Clay is the one that wanted to bring this, because it's important. You know?
I guess we'll see.
Yeah, I guess we'll see.
I see what you mean. Whether Clay was still alive at that point is pretty crucial. Your Honor, please take another look at the footage.
The footage.
Isn't it possible that Mr. Tarrant was still alive here and Mr. Starbuck was helping him?
Why, I believe you're right. One man carrying the other to safety. What a beautiful expression of friendship.
Silence.
Perhaps that's what it looks like to when one-eyed audited and doted. But it only makes sense if it's the victim's dead body. What do you mean?
What do you mean?
Fool, right? Explain it to Justice Dono.
You got it! Ready, kid? If the murder had occurred in the lounge, someone could have spotted it. Anyone can enter the lounge, after all. But doing it while they were alone in the spaceship, that's a horse of a different color.
Objection.
You can't deny there's a possibility that murder could have happened in the lounge. All the video shows is a man helping his fellow astronaut out.
Silence.
Your assertion is based on emotion.
Yeah, Charles, you should let Mina play Silas.
No, I wouldn't do that. I just like this is my backstory lore. I was a theater kid in high school, and
Oh.
I actually got the lead role in a play called Noises Off, which was it's a play that was made into a movie starring Michael Caine, and the director really wanted me to sound like Michael Caine during it, so I actually had to work with like an accent coach for like several months in order to try and get that.
Now your affinity for accents makes sense.
Yeah,
I understand now.
That's the lore behind that. I'm not great at all accents, but
It's the
I have
hidden lore.
a bit of an intuitive understanding of how like to pronounce them based on that.
The hidden Mina lore.
Yeah. I kind of miss doing acting, but this is definitely scratching that itch. Not even
Hell
gonna lie.
yeah.
It's based on your belief that Mr. Starbuck would surely help his own disciple. But you have no logical explanation as to why the victim could still be alive.
You have no logical explanation as to why Mr. Starbuck would want Clay dead.
Unfortunately, Mr. Justice, the prosecution is right. Your argument is lacking in sound logic.
But it sounded perfectly logical to me.
Well, Mr. Justice, if you have no further objections, I believe it's time to bring this cross-examination to a close.
Objections? Well,
Your Honor, the defense requests a little time to think and regroup.
Given the fact, I'm not sure I see the need.
What is it, Athena?
It's just, there's something that's been bothering me.
It isn't the defense stolen for time as always.
But
Very well, I'm feeling generous. You may have a small measure of time.
it is so wild to me that people say shit like this when every single time it works. Yes!
You have 5 seconds.
5 seconds?
After that, I declare this court's examination to be closed and a verdict to be rendered. Your boldness, raise your gavel high. It's time for a countdown.
Oh!
Ready?
Speed deliberation.
We don't have time. Split it out, Athena.
Only 3 more seconds!
Look! I don't think the prosecution's explanation is very complete.
Meaning?
Meaning there's something missing. Like, they conveniently left it unexplained.
Something they didn't explain. Something they didn't explain. Ah, you're right. I think I know what you're talking about.
Your 5 seconds are up, Mr. Justice. Is there anything about the prosecution's argument that you'd like to rebut?
Yes, Your Honor. Actually, there is. There's something the prosecution's yet to make clear to this court.
Well, if you put it that way. What is it the prosecution has failed to explain?
The motive for murder? Oh. Why the body was moved.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why was it moved?
They have failed to explain why Mr. Starbuck would even bother bringing the body back at all. If the defendant wanted to kill the victim, why didn't he just leave the body in the rocket? Why go through the trouble of bringing him all the way back to the boarding lounge?
Oh, that's true. I don't think we've heard the prosecution's thoughts on that yet.
That's because they have none, Your Honor. After all, how does one explain something so illogical?
Get fucked, Blackwell.
The prosecution is claiming that the defendant moved the victim's dead body. But what if the entire premise of that argument is wrong?
Then let's hear your theory, Mr. Justice.
The defense proposes that the defendant didn't kill the victim. He was helping him. Ah! Fulbright, explain it for a sad little friend here before I nod off to his monotone monologue. Inform him exactly why Spaceboy moved the victim. Huh? They've gotta be joking.
It's simple. Mr. Starbuck did what he did to direct suspicion away from himself. He wanted to create the impression he heroically risked his life to save his partner. That's why he made sure to make it to the security camera so there'd be a record.
What?
At the very least, he appears to have achieved success with you and the old man. Ah.
What?
The average person wearing a spacesuit weighs easily over 200 pounds. Saving the life of a partner who weighs as much while trying to escape deadly flames. What a dramatic sob story fit for the silver screen.
Indeed. I was completely taken in by the humanity of the story.
You see? Yet the true ending is that all traces of his hammy act were meant to be blown up.
Needle, the name of the bird is Taka.
I love the way that Taka's eyes react when he slams at us. Yes, and now we arrive at the thrilling conclusion. The third explosion.
Shut the fuck up. What are you talking about? There was no third explosion.
Silence.
Indeed, you are correct. But that is thanks to Detective Arm. It was she who had identified and secured the
Okay,
bomb.
then why'd you phrase it like that, dumbass? There's a third bomb. God.
He's very dramatic.
Fuck. I hate this man.
However, it doesn't change the fact that the third bomb was discovered in the lounge. The steel coffin beside the witness stand. That would be a bomb transport case.
Stop calling it a coffin, please.
We used that to transport the deactivated bomb here.
You sure did.
It was found in the lounge. A bomb in the form of a most distasteful toy.
What?
One on the second floor of the main building, one on the launch pad, and one in the lounge.
No, Neil, that's not a fucking bomb. There's literally a dead body in there. There's supposed to be a bomb in there, like a deactivated bomb, but there's a dead body in it.
The defendant planned to set off 3 firework displays. Fortunately, the third was discovered before it could be detonated, and had it not, the victim's body and other vital evidence would surely have been immolated.
What the fuck are you talking about?
He's saying that he took the body into the lounge, and then he was planning on blowing it all up to destroy all the evidence.
Why? What? But... Then what is the purpose of this? Why is explain that.
You'll see. Before you utter a word, know that the evidence supports me.
Does it?
Ugh, it's like he's reading my mind. As it's still undergoing forensic investigation, I do not have the evidence on hand.
Oh yeah, sure you have
However,
evidence, huh?
Know that a peculiar item was found in one of Mr. Starbuck's pockets. Specifically, a bomb detonation switch.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah, there you go. You found what?
Well, that sucks.
Yeah, Black Bull's whole deal is just like he presents an argument that seems weak, and you go, well, that can't be. And he goes, you fool, you stupid idiot, you fell right into my trap.
You dumbass. Ugh.
I suspect the defendant had no time to destroy such damning evidence. When the Space Center Director and Detective Armstrong stumbled across the murder, so he thought to hide it in his pocket. Feeble brain that he is.
Don't you have to be like super smart to be an astronaut?
No. Mr. Starbuck would never do anything like that. Yeah, you have to be like a mathematical genius.
Yeah.
And you have to be like an engineer as well, because you gotta do all the repairs with the shuttle and whatever yourself in space.
Yeah.
Justice Dodo, open your eyes and see the truth.
This appears to be irrefutable evidence that the accused set off the explosions.
No, there has to be some kind of mistake. This can't be the truth.
That button was actually for the coffee maker.
Still can't accept it. You believe in your client, come what may. Then why don't you cross-examine the defendant himself? This has got to be a trap.
Yeah.
And to answer your question, the real reason why you don't hear the defendant's side is because in real life court, it's generally a bad move to put the defendant on the stand.
Really?
Because they can get grilled super hard for any inconsistencies based on whatever they said between getting arrested and being booked.
Yeah.
Because that's what the police try to do. They try to get a story out of you as soon as they arrest you, so that if you get called in court, you know, if you testify, whatever little things you say that don't match up look suspicious to them. So a lot of lawyers waive their defendants or their clients' right to testify just so that they don't, you know, accidentally dig their own grave.
Well,
The only time that's not the case is in civil court, where there is no such protection. So you can have the defendant up on the stand saying whatever you want him to say.
I will say, it's not so much that the defendant is, like, sinking their own case, but more like the police are sinking their case. Because, like, I'm sure a testimony given in court after events have had time to sink in would actually be more accurate than whatever testimony cops get at the scene when you arrest somebody.
Yeah, but they still try to find those small little inconsistencies to book you on that because cops are lazy.
Hey, cops suck. Cops
Yeah, like
cops are bad.
Don't talk to the police is a thing for a reason.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter what you say, it doesn't matter if you're trying to be nice or if you're being honest, they will try to squeeze.
They're always trying to get information out of you.
Yeah. They will try to squeeze any small thing they can use out of you.
Yeah. Fucking hell. It's like Blackwell's controlling the entire game.
Yeah, it seemed like he was waiting for you to bring up the body moving issue.
Plot twist, I was Blackwell all along. Why do you say that?
Because he had just the right argument when I pointed it out. And to really rub it in, he had a decisive piece of evidence up his sleeve, too. He was trying to shake my faith in Mr. Starbuck and break me down.
Then making you cross-examine Mr. Starbuck at this point was part of his plan, too?
Of course.
Totally underhanded, but I wouldn't expect anything less from him.
Now, let us hear from the arch-villain, the fiendish murderer himself.
Oh yeah, he's so fiendish.
The famed astronaut Solomon Starbuck.
Oh, this poor dude.
Witness, your name and occupation, please.
Solomon Starbuck, astronaut. How did this happen?
Mr. Starbuck, you aren't looking very well. Will you be able to give testimony?
No.
Well, unfortunately, no, it's not an option. You are being accused of the Space Center bombing and the murder of Clay Tarrant. Please testify to these allegations.
Mind if I take this suit off? It's getting really heavy.
Silence.
Not the weight of the suit that you feel, but of your sins.
Didn't you literally just say that these suits weigh like 200 fucking pounds, Blackwell? Come on!
Yeah, he's just a jerk.
Asshole!
You better carry that weight for the rest of your life.
You're gonna carry that weight.
Is that a Beatles reference or a Cowboy Bebop reference?
That was a Cowboy Bebop reference.
Or a Cowboy Beatles reference.
I would never reference the Beatles.
The four fat sluts.
Banish me to the moon. I don't care anymore. Wow, that was super negative. Is he going to be alright up there?
He'll be fine, I think. As long as he doesn't totally give up and say he did it, that is.
Paul is dead, Needle. You're correct. I didn't kill him. All I did was support Clay over my shoulder and get us out of the rocket. Like always, I took the elevator down to the middle level and headed for the corridor. Clay had passed out by the time we got to the order to evacuate. I didn't kill Clay. I was trying to save him. All right. That's a vibe. I vibe with it.
So you assert you didn't set off the bombs or murder the victim. How unexpected.
But I bet you think I'm lying, right?
I reserve all judgment till after I've heard your full testimony.
I'm sure you don't believe me. I bet you don't even believe I'm an astronaut.
The judge doubts that.
Who would wear a suit like that except an astronaut?
I will say that when I saw you in that movie, you appeared quite courageous. Though I suppose reality never quite lives up to fantasy. I guess I'm just a big disappointment. I really don't care what happens anymore.
Oh no, he's completely given up.
Little known fact about astronauts, they always wear their spacesuits everywhere. It's true. It's true. You never see Neil Armstrong or Buzz Aldrin without them.
What a depressing fellow. If you were to join me in the clink.
Yeah, I don't think Gaxa stands for anything, Needle. I think it's just a name.
I imagine that annoying sign of yours would rub off on the other inmates.
Like how it rubs off on Prosecutor Blackwell a second ago? That's Apollo.
Huh? That was Blackwell's sign? Mr. Starbuck's testimony contains a glaring contradiction. The question is, what does it mean? Even if Mr. Starbuck is on my team, I can't be gun shy now. It's time to find out the truth.
Was there a glaring contradiction? I was too busy acting.
So apparently, I just looked at apparently Gaxa is a play on JAXA, which is the Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency,
That's what Cookie said.
and
Yes.
and Gyakuten Saiban.
So it's not an acronym.
Yeah, it's a amalgamation. It's a mashup of two different words.
Is JAXA an acronym?
Yep, JAXA is Japanese Aerospace Exploration Agency.
That's great. I love that.
Yeah, and then Gyakuten Saiban is the Japanese name of the series. It means turnabout trial.
That's good, actually. I like that. Does that make sense? Yeah, that makes sense. Right?
Does it?
Because the middle level would be on fire. From exploding. Or the elevator would be exploded.
Yeah.
Objection!
So you probably took the ladder.
Mr. Starbuck, I need your testimony to be as accurate as possible.
Well, was I not being accurate?
No, because it's impossible for you to have taken the elevator down to the middle level.
What makes you say that, Mr. Justice? It's not like there was a bomb or anything.
Please recall when the bomb went off, or where the bomb went off on in Launchpad 1.
What? There was a bomb?
Also recall that after the explosion, the middle-level elevator was engulfed in flames.
Oh, you're right. Which means...
Exactly. The Launchpad's elevator would have been unusable. In other words... Mr. Starbuck, your statement is decidedly inconsistent with the facts. What's with the helmet?
Apollo's pressing pursuit is really good.
Yeah.
Mission Command, do you read me? Come in, please.
Objection!
This is Mission Command. I order you to pay attention. Stop this nonsense and answer my questions, Mr. Starbuck.
My helmet! Oh, he's dying? He's dying now. Wait, already? What, you're breaking down already?
Oh no, this isn't his breakdown, this is just his damage animation.
But I did the breakdown noises and faded to white.
Mr. Starbuck, we're not in space right now. Please stop pretending you have lost consciousness and stand back up.
I apologize, Your Honor. I forgot I was still on Earth. I feel like we all just got a real glimpse of Solomon Starbuck, the astronaut.
Yeah, I seem more like an astronaut now than when he was doing all that sighing. Mr. Starbuck, could you please explain the inconsistency in your statement? About how you used the middle-level elevator?
I, was nervous and I said the wrong thing. I'm sorry. I actually, took a different route, I think.
A different route?
You think?
I hope you were able to deliver a straight story this time.
I'll
get it right this time. Maybe. No, I mean, probably.
Probably.
It's understandable to be nervous, but let me remind you, accuracy is paramount in court. Oh, that's a new testimony entirely, huh?
Yeah.
I should save. For safety. Let's see, my escape route, what I said before was a mistake. I remember now. I took a different route. Maybe, probably, with the capsule and clay in my arms, I made my way down from the upper level. You weren't on the rocket at all, were you?
So you're saying that you escaped without using the elevator?
That's right. There's a ladder that spans the upper and middle levels. I used that ladder to get to the middle level. Luckily, the fire hadn't reached the ladder, so we could make our escape that way. Uh-huh.
Capsule you mentioned. I suppose you mean that thing next to Mr. Terran here? Was the capsule that important that you'd risk your life to take it with you?
It almost goes without saying, but yeah, the capsule contains asteroid samples. Therefore, it's invaluable as research material. With his spacesuit on, Clay weighed a ton, but securing the capsule was also important.
I need you to answer to the best of your ability. Mr. Starbuck, please remember that your verdict is riding on your testimony. You do that sigh very well.
Do I? Maybe I am
so
guilty after all. Yeah, I'm used to sounding exhausted. I wonder if you can see the stars in prison, but it's more comfortable than a spaceship. Bet it's more comfortable than a spaceship. Yeah, probably, actually.
Yeah. Unironically.
Maybe, probably. How did you do this? How did you do this? Can I, is there, there's no...
The diagram.
The diagram?
The Space Center diagram.
Because that's a long way, first of all. He's climbing this ladder with one arm, supposedly carrying Clay down the ladder.
Can you climbing the ladder with no arms because he claims he has
Oh yeah, because he has the thing as well. Yeah.
Objection!
He just kicks Clay's body down the ladder. Mr. Starbuck, why don't you just tell the truth?
The truth. Let's see. The Earth is blue. No, that's not right. So, I guess the Earth isn't blue? Yeah, that's it.
The truth, Mr. Starbuck.
The oxygen concentration is super low in this area. Prepare the emergency oxygen tanks. Mr. Justice, the witness appears confused. Please help draw the truth from him.
Mr. Starbuck, under the circumstances at the time, you couldn't possibly have reached the boarding lounge via the upper level route.
Huh?
Not as long as this was along the escape route.
Ladder. He's an alien, Needle. I have suspicions. He can't breathe our atmosphere.
He's just like a multi-arm alien.
Yeah.
To get down from the upper level to the middle level where the Launchpad 1 corridor is, you would have to go down the ladder. Isn't that right, Mr. Starbuck?
Of course. That was the only way we could escape.
Objection!
How would that work? At the time, you were supporting Mr. Terran over your shoulder, were you not? And remember, he was in full space gear as well, putting him over 200 pounds.
Oh. Well, it's easy on the moon. Gravity is only 1/6 of what it is on Earth.
Objection!
We're not on the moon, sir.
But the Space Center is located on Earth. Short of being an octopus, climbing the ladder with an adult male in space gear in one arm, while carrying the capsule in your other, is impossible, wouldn't you say?
Oh!
So, Mr. Starbuck, how exactly did you climb down that ladder with your arms full?
God, I want coffee now. Ah!
Mr. Starbuck, come clean and tell us the truth, now!
He's dead. He's dying. What? What?
There's his breakdown.
What?
What the? He's flying the coop.
Ah! Help! I'm caught in the ceiling! Help. Anyone?
Bailiff, prepare the cherry picker. We must launch our rescue mission at once.
Well, that's one way to take off while being questioned.
I'd rather prove his innocence so he can go to space again someday for real.
Zach Gramarye, this man is not.
Now then, Mr. Starbuck, do you think you can keep your feet planted on the ground?
Yes. I apologize for losing control.
Are you ready to tell us the truth?
Ugh, not that. Anything but that.
What is going on? This isn't the Mr. Starbuck I know. It appears Spaceboy is prone to deception. Witness.
Yikes! Yes.
I thought your story odd, but perhaps the inconsistencies can be explained as the result of a medical side effect.
Huh?
Ah! Prosecutor Blackwell, please! Please don't talk about that!
What are you talking about, Prosecutor Blackwell? Didn't I already state that Spaceball was terrified of going into space? That's why I took some precautions just before the launch. For you see, traces of this anti-anxiety drug were found in the system. Oh? I sense things are about to nosedive.
You got it all wrong. I told them during the investigation too. I don't know anything about any drugs. I never took any medication, I swear.
It was found in his being in his system, but he doesn't remember taking it. How could that be?
Somebody must have slipped them to me. But I guess maybe that's why I don't remember, because of the side effects. Yeah, that's why I don't remember much about what really happened.
What?
You got roofied.
Someone slipped him space squaludes.
Oh no.
Order! Order in the court!
We can't get useful testimony out of him if he doesn't remember anything.
Well, this certainly explains why his testimony kept changing.
Why didn't he just tell me he couldn't remember?
I guess he didn't want anybody to find out he was terrified of going into space. Maybe I really did do it.
Which brings us to the answer to our original question. I vow the witness climbed down the ladder with a dead body.
Oh yeah.
It does? So what is it? A dead man feels no pain and makes no complaints, Justice Dono. So the body was simply dropped down from the top of the ladder.
Shut the fuck up. No, it wasn't. There'd be blunt force trauma on the body, which you have not made note of, Blackwell.
Oh my, I see. And then the victim could climb down with his free hand.
Drop the body down. Who would do such a disrespectful thing? Besides, dropping the body down would leave marks on the body itself.
Thank you, Apollo.
You are capable of quick thinking. Yes, you are correct. Really? Oh, thanks. Huh? What's this? It's the oxygen tank from the victim's spacesuit. It's ruptured, and I'm sure you can figure out why. You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body.
You can't be implying it ruptured when the defendant dropped the victim's body.
I am, for they fracture easily when struck.
And you're saying that the body landing on the air tank would leave no blunt force trauma on the body. Is that what you're saying, Blackwell?
Even if that's true, the tank explosion and shrapnel will leave its mark on the body.
Oh, so just landing on it.
Yet according to the autopsy report, only the knife wound was found on the victim's body. really grasping at straws with this line of reasoning.
Yeah!
A spacesuit isn't heavy for the sake of being heavy, Justice Dono. It includes the latest technological devices and is made of a fabric of tomorrow. This fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space. So fold a few Earth yards would hardly leave a mark on the wearer.
I like. It's really funny to see, for it to say like, this fabric is made to protect astronauts from the dangers of space, and there's a knife sticking out of him. Like, oh yeah. Except knives, I guess, huh?
They address that right here. Should it be impossible to stab someone through it as well? It should, and yet through sheer coincidence, the knife slipped through a weak spot in the suit's structure and found its way to the target.
Shut the fuck up!
What are the chances? We forget that our killer is an astronaut himself with knowledge of how the suit's work. He's got me there.
This is so fucking contrived.
And now my argument has been proven. Spaceboy killed the victim on the rocket and then dropped his body from the upper level. After climbing down, he showed the body and made sure the camera recorded him. There's no room for debate about these facts. It's clear that Solomon Starbuck is the only one who could have killed Clay Terran. Yeah, the report regarding the astronaut's oxygen tanks. Consider it my send-off gift. Feel free to use it as payment to cross the river Styx.
It is, you know what, Cookie, it is a good thing we haven't met any knife aliens. You're right. Yeah, I was actually literally just about to ask about this, like, because Saul says 50 on it in that video, right? Or who we assume to be Saul anyway. So where'd that oxygen go? Hey, this report is pretty detailed.
Let's see, the display on the astronaut's left shoulder shows how much oxygen remains. I guess that means these glowing cyan digits represent the amount of oxygen remaining.
Is this supposed to be a percentage then?
Yeah.
Huh? I'm done for. Going to prison instead of space.
Space boy.
Yes.
Eckhart. The jeweled night sky is so beautiful even when viewed through the bars.
You mean the stars are seen from prison?
That's right. Your cell will be your spaceship. Picture the view through the iron bars. It's like being an astronaut in your own craft for all the time.
That's not a half bad thought.
Mr. Starbuck, Prosecutor Blackclaw got to him good.
Spaceship prison cell. Fly me, my guilt, and my despair to the deepest, darkest space. And then let's get sucked into a black hole together.
Mr. Starbuck, you can't give up hope.
Oh, yes, Apollo.
You know, Clay really looked up to you. He said you were an incredible man. He said you'd never give up your dreams and passion for space, no matter the situation.
He said that?
Don't give up now and help me prove your innocence. For the sake of the man who respected you and believed in you, Clay Terran.
For Clay!
Don't waste any more breath.
Why you yell? Why you yell? Oh, are you normal now? Apollo, thank you! I can see things clearly now.
Mr. Starbuck.
I'm fine now. Thanks for reminding me of my life's mission.
Right. We'll both be fine. I'll prove you're innocent. You'll see. And after that, we'll get you back into space.
You've ignited the booster rockets of my soul! I'm on fire! I am Solomon Starbuck, astronaut, a cosmic hero chosen by the universe itself! This is no time to be whimpering and crying. I can't let you and Clay down!
Dash.
The sun, the moon, all of space is calling me! Solomon Saul Starbuck! Ready for launch! Begin the countdown! 5,
4,
3.
2,
1.
lift off!
They made so many animations for him.
Yeah, these are really good.
Whoa! I feel like I witnessed an actual rocket launch.
Apollo, you did it! You broke Prosecutor Blackwell's grip over Mr. Starbuck.
I can't take the credit. It was all Mr. Starbuck. He pulled himself through. You simpletons are done massaging one another's egos. If you'll finish joking each other off, no matter how positive your mood, my advantage remains unshakable. I have but to wait for the final guilty verdict. Isn't that right, your boldness? I can't let up now. I had to stop Blackwell. I had to see this through. Mr. Starbuck just has to make it back to space.
Best friends.
Forever.
Forever.
And always.
And always. Always happen. He talked about him so much.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
I
shut
want
up
to
about
allow
him.
Clay's dream to remain unfulfilled. I've got to destroy Blackwell's argument somehow. Think, Justice, think. If the only people that Launchpad 1 were Clay and Mr. Starbuck, and if Clay was already dead by the time this footage was taken, then the only person who could have killed him is Mr. Starbuck. So the only way to counter Blackwell's argument is if I can prove that Clay was still alive when they arrived at the boarding lounge. In which case, I should be able to find some contradiction of the evidence itself.
Yes. Thank.
Now let's see. About this data we just received.
Fuck off.
Supposedly proved that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay's body in Launchpad 1.
Yeah.
If I'm going to prove that false, then there must be something I can use here.
Yeah.
Enough of this farce, your boldness. Let's have your verdict.
They really just like showed it to me, huh?
Yeah, they're like, the square peg goes in the square hole.
They. Ugh. This fucking game.
Prosecutor Blackwell, you seem to be in quite a hurry to rush the verdict. What about this oxygen tank that you submitted just now? It says that Mr. Starbuck's tank had 80% remaining, while Mr. Terrence had 0. Do you stand by the accuracy of this report?
You're right, Needle. This game is for babies, despite how much fucking blood there is in it.
Yeah, this game is the only Ace Attorney rated anime. It's the most babyest one.
Ugh. It's
Of
fucked
course.
up. Who's this game for, Capcom?
Babies.
It's for Ace Attorney fans, I guess. That is the only demographic that would like this game.
You know what's weird?
What?
This game is tied with Trials and Tribulations for the highest critic reviews of the series.
Shut the fuck up. What? This is the worst one so far.
I think the only reason I can think for it is people were so it's the David Cage effect. People are so impressed by the technical aspect that they just overlook everything else.
Yeah, because like, oh, whoa, it's in 3D now. Whoa, even though it looks like shit. Ugh.
Yeah. At least Reclaimed was good.
At least Reclaimed. Yeah, but that didn't launch with the game.
It was supposed to. In the game's files, it listed as Case 3.
Fuck Capcom! Why? Just delay it a bit. It's fine.
Then I guess it simply means that's as faulty as evidence goes. You will explain what you mean, Justice Dono. It's simple. This evidence contradicts the facts of this case. Take a look here at the detailed description and you'll see what I mean.
I hope you have some evidence, Mr. Justice, because I don't see what's so contradictory.
Yes, Your Honor, right away. This is the evidence that the oxygen tank report stands in contradiction to.
That, right. Fuck. It sucks that I
DVD.
cannot just see it.
DVD.
It's Hatsune Miku on Blu-ray, right.
How does this evidence present a contradiction?
The problem is this part here. Note the remaining oxygen in Mr. Starbuck's tank as he carries Mr. Terran.
It appears to say 50.
Yes, but according to the data, our client's tank had 80% remaining.
Oh, 50 is lower than 80. The oxygen in the tank increased.
What? Yes, correct.
I see you are finding it as strange as I do.
I had to pause and be like, wait, no, opposite, yes, no, yes.
It's bad enough that there's a contradiction, but the increase in oxygen is beyond illogical.
Oh my, you're absolutely right. What is going on here?
I too find that all of the oxygen remaining has increased. It would be as odd as if my rations were to increase. What does that prove? It doesn't change the fact that the defendant is carrying the victim's corpse. I'm gonna bet you didn't get more rations because you don't abide by the rules.
Get wrecked, asshole.
Either way, the oxygen remaining shouldn't increase, just as your rations don't increase, you stupid idiot baby.
It's funny because Black Hole starves, and the prison system is mean to its prisoners.
Therefore, this new information is critical. We can't overlook it. In that case, do you have an answer to this riddle of a mysteriously increasing oxygen? You better not disappoint or declare the inconsistency as mere equipment malfunction.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know what the fuck the deal with that is.
Prosecutor Blackwell has a point. I suppose it could be a simple malfunction. Mr. Justice, you've got to provide an adequate counter-argument to this point. I'm afraid I must bring this trial to an end. So, do you think you can explain why the remaining oxygen level increased?
Of course I can. I think to do at a time like this is turn my thinking around.
Been crazy.
Starbuck has no memory of it, but he claims to have carried clay. So this man with a 50 on his tank ought to be Mr. Starbuck.
It ought to be Mr. Starbuck, yes. There's no knife, huh?
No.
Huh. Wait. Huh. Wait. Huh. Wait. Huh? This is leaving. This is entering the lobby, right?
Yeah.
This person here has not been stabbed yet.
It would not appear so.
Then what? Then why has that not been pointed out yet?
Shut up, that's why.
I just assumed there'd be a knife here. I didn't even look until just now.
Maybe the artist intended for it to be a little bit darker than it is.
Maybe.
That's the only thing I can think of.
Maybe it does look dark. It does look a bit darker on my other monitor. But like, there's no knife here.
But if anything, the perfect display on the oxygen tank should have shown an 80. This is a clear contradiction between the report and the security footage. So what I should be asking is not why did the oxygen level increase, but what had to have happened to make it look like it increased. Am I making some kind of mistake in my base assumptions here?
What the fuck are you talking about, Apollo?
Well, Mr. Justice, we're waiting.
Yes, Your Honor. I'm ready to answer.
Are you?
This is why the remaining oxygen appears to have increased.
Yes. This? Yes. Obviously this.
The only one that actually makes sense.
That's the only one that actually makes sense.
What does they were going the other way even mean?
Yeah, they were going towards the rocket. Like, that doesn't... That's nothing. That's nothing, Apollo. Shut up.
What if it was the other way around? What if they're going the other way instead?
Shut up!
The other way around. Would you care to explain, Mr. Justice?
As you can see, Your Honor, both men had their helmets on in this footage.
Uh-huh.
But it turns out this is where our base assumptions went astray.
Uh-huh.
We assumed it was Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran, but it was the other way around.
Yeah.
It wasn't Mr. Starbuck helping Mr. Terran at all. It was Mr. Terran who was helping Mr. Starbuck to the boarding lounge.
Fuck, this track is so good! It's so good!
It is.
Order, order! Mr. Justice! You mean to tell me that the person on the right in this image is the victim, Clay Terran?
It's the only way the riddle of the increasing oxygen level can be solved, Your Honor. At this point in time, the remaining oxygen in the victim's tank was at 50%. And when the victim was found in the boarding lounge, his tank was at 0%.
That's right! There's nothing contradictory about the oxygen level decreasing.
This means Mr. Terran was alive as they made their escape to the lounge. How short your memory is. Have you forgotten what you yourself proposed? Even if the victim's alive at this point in time. How did he descend a ladder with his arms full?
Objection!
Prosecutor Blackwell, you can't hurt him with a broken blade.
Each character does have their own pursuit theme, Cookie.
They have their own objection theme. Well, this is the one.
Oh,
pursuit
yeah,
theme.
this is the... Yeah, you're right, yeah. Like, Athena has her own objection theme, and yeah, you're right. It's fine. I don't care that much. They use them basically interchangeably anyway.
Excuse me. He's so offended by that. It's true that we don't know how they got down the ladder. I suppose that matter needs further investigating. We have proven that Mr. Terran was alive when he reached the boarding lounge. This fact alone shatters your claims. It opens up the possibility that the victim could have been killed by a third party.
Get fucked!
Sorry, what did you say? Your mic peaked.
I said get fucked.
Oh. And there were two people who claimed to be first on the scene. But can we truly trust their statements?
Let's see. The two people were Detective Candace Arm and Yuri Cosmos, right? You think that one of them might have given a false statement to the police?
Yeah, it's certainly possible. We might have to do a little more digging.
One of them was police, so it's very, very possible.
It seems we'll have to hear the testimony of these first two people on the scene.
Sure.
Come to think of it, Detective Arm should be here in court right now. Bailiff, could you please show Detective Arm to the stand?
Could you please show her to the stand? Hi, Ted.
I have an announcement, everyone.
What's the meaning of this? We're in the middle of a trial here.
Please remain calm and listen carefully. Someone has reactivated the bomb. The bomb was defused, but it's about to explode.
Oh! No.
A bomb? Now?
Oh no! Everybody's panicking!
Silence.
Seconds of death wish to a lot of you. Calm yourselves before all else.
Come on, Apollo, let's get out of here! Let's skedaddle!
What about Mr. Starbuck's dream? And who will carry out Clay's final wish? I don't care what happens to me. I'm not letting some bomb blow up the truth forever.
What the fuck are you talking about?
I refuse to let things end here.
Apollo, this is no time to be dramatic! If we don't get out of here now, we're gonna die! Come on, this way!
Hey, ow, let me go.
Thank you, Athena.
Apollo. It's Juniper? She hasn't evacuated yet.
Oh?
Juniper, are you alright? Apollo, no.
No, that's Athena.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright. It wasn't gonna cut off anyway. And then the explosion happened. And then do we... Fuck. Do we pick up after the case then?
After case 1.
Yeah. Okay. Alright. Well. The prosecution has a really bad case, huh? That makes no sense, and it's just held together with duct tape and string and chewing gum.
I think the only reason they had that is because there's basically, like, there isn't a whole lot of evidence for this. So it's like, well, the evidence we do have says this, so we just kind of have to make a case around that.
Yeah, but, like... Maybe it's a consequence of the character, but Blackwell seemed really confident about it. Which is always really funny. Alright, we should take a break.
Go get your coffee.
And then we get to do an investigation, right?
Yeah, finally.
Like a real one? Like an actual investigation? We're not just gonna talk to people?
I mean, it is still mostly talking to people, but there are some investigating.
Alright. Alright, that's fine. We'll be back. I'm back. I have coffee.
Welcome back with your coffee.
Thank you. Alright. I'm ready to carry on, I think. I think I'm mentally prepared for what will assuredly be a pretty lackluster investigation, if I'm being honest.
I think there's one part where you get to investigate like a really big crime scene, and basically the rest of it is just like, talking to people.
I miss being able to look at backgrounds and get like flavor text and stuff. That was nice.
That's back soon, don't worry. This game is the black sheep.
Thank God. Oh, this is Phoenix.
Yeah.
In the middle of the Space Center bombing trial, we had another bombing incident. This one destroyed courtroom number 4. Furthermore, Apollo suffered massive injuries from being there when the bomb went off. Because he's an idiot. I think he was trying to save Juniper.
He's an idiot.
Because he's an idiot. Unfortunately, Juniper Woods was fingered as the courtroom bomber. Don't talk about Juniper being fingered, please. Athena and I knew she had to be innocent, so we took her case on. Yes, thank you for giving me this rundown of the things we've done. The thing I literally did. We managed to clear Miss Woods' name. But Apollo sustained further injuries when he was attacked by Ted Tonate. Right? Apollo's a tough guy, but this is taking its toll on him. Yeah, poor guy being attacked by Tonate like that on top of all his other injuries. Apollo is resting at the nearby Hickfield Clinic. I've had some experience with that place myself. What an awful turn of events. I never thought he'd land in a hospital of all places. You must miss him too, huh? Now that you don't have anybody to tease. Don't worry, he's young. He'll heal quickly and be back before you know it. It's been a while since I last saw Trucy look so down. Does she not have a line in this fucking case? We won the court case, yet nobody feels much like celebrating. Alright, enough of this, people! This is no time to be moping around. Now dry those eyes, both of you.
You're the only one who's crying, Athena.
Technicalities! Look, we have work to do. We have to take over.
Take over what, exactly?
Apollo's Space Center case, of course. As no verdict's been reached, there's still a chance. Are you fucking kidding me? Does Apollo not get a case in this game?
You got the monster turnabout.
Oh my god, really? That's all he gets?
You get that, and then what we just played.
Even his fucking, his backstory case isn't even an Apollo case.
No.
Poor Apollo. I agree with Athena. We should pick up Mr. Starbuck's defense. We have to avenge our fallen comrade, right, Daddy? Apollo hasn't exactly fallen. He's still alive, you know. Good. Now that that's settled, let's get going. Come on, we gotta run. Wait, right now? We better not be running the whole way. There she goes. I better go catch up. Can you take care of the office, Trucy? Sure thing, Daddy. Let's be careful out there. In the meantime, I'm going to make some cookies and fill up my magic panties for you.
Don't say that, please.
Don't say that, please.
As Phoenix leaving, I was like, oh yeah, Trucy? Yeah, Daddy? Never say that ever again in your entire life.
That's such unfortunate phrasing. Trucy seems to be feeling a little better. You know, I like how I have actually made a distinction between Trucy and Athena. Because I've kind of let the bimbo voice for Athena drop, but her voice is just energy constantly.
It is way too hyper.
Yeah. I can always count on Athena to perk everybody up with her enthusiasm. There we go.
There we go.
Oh, she's back. Don't mind me, just forgot a few things. Wallet, phone, the documents, my bag. Sounds more like you forgot everything. I can always count on Athena for that too. Alright, you two, let's be careful out there. Again. So our client is one Solomon Starbuck. He's so famous, even I've heard of him. And I live under a rock. That's right, he's a super famous astronaut who works in the Cosmos Space Center. He was actually up in outer space 7 years ago. You seem to know quite a bit about him. Now I'm all excited to meet the man. Wow. That was the longest sigh I've ever heard. Apollo told me all about you. You're Phoenix Wright, Apollo's mentor, right? Yes, that's right. Mentor has a nice ring to it.
Well, technically no, but I put his mentor in jail.
Yeah. Is he dead yet?
Probably not. I think based on Dahlia and Blackwell's cases, I think
it takes a
death
while.
penalty, yeah, it takes like 5 to 7 years in this universe.
Jeez. And that's a low ball of reality, honestly.
Yeah. Compared to real life, where you can be on death row for like 40 years.
For the entire rest of your life. Yeah. Fucking fucked up. Don't worry about a thing, Mr. Starbuck. Mr. Wright and I have got you covered. And you're the new kid that Apollo told me about. Wait, do I know you from somewhere? Huh? You mean other than at your trial? I don't think so. I guess so. My mistake. Why is this the first time this is coming up?
He was in a total funk during the trial.
I guess so. He didn't notice anybody around him.
Yeah, he was just in a
aside
depressive
from
haze.
Apollo. Or maybe it's the meds still. My memory isn't what it used to be. My mind and body are kaput. Same goes for my life. I mean, I'm so astronomically unlucky that I had a bomb go off in the middle of my trial. Yeah, that's true, Cookie. I mean, I guess maybe it was more of the... It was like, oh, this guy's been exploiting the legal system for, like, his entire career. We should probably put an end to him real quick. Trying to defend me would be like trying to enter the stratosphere without a spacecraft. Yikes, he's seriously gonna stop depressing himself. Cheer up, Mr. Starbuck. Besides, the thing you said about entering the stratosphere, that just means we'd shine like shooting stars, right?
My headcanon for Von Karma was he wasn't executed, he just died in jail.
Yeah, he was pretty old, huh?
Yeah,
Or
he was
got
pretty
murdered.
old. He was pretty old, and he put dozens of people in jail. So all it takes is one of them to shank him on day one or something.
Yeah, he could have just straight up been murdered. Like shooting stars, huh? You know, you're right. Why didn't I think of that? After all, that's what we were all put on this earth to do, right? To shine like stars.
Guess I shouldn't mention the fact that shooting stars burn out in a flash. Oh yeah, here we go! 3, 2, 1! To the stratosphere and beyond! Oh, is he supposed to be like Buzz Lightyear?
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah, I feel alive now. You can go ahead and ask me anything you want. Is that really all it takes?
You have to make Tim Allen noises for him now.
No. Absolutely not.
There you go.
I can do this. I can do the sounds. I just don't wanna.
So you have no memory at all of the incident? I'm so ashamed. My memory of the time is as black and clouded as a dark nebula.
Still, it's strange you don't remember a thing. Are you sure you didn't take one of those anti-anxiety pills like they said at the trial?
I don't need a flashback of that. It is true I developed a fear of space because of what happened 7 years ago. And I was taking medication secretly every now and then when my anxiety got bad. Having a fear of space is not something an astronaut can brag about, you know? Oh, the so-called Hat 1 miracle. That must have been a terrifying experience. But I'm still an astronaut at heart, come what may. I would never take drugs that might impede my performance just before a launch. The launch meant everything to me. That's more certain than the theory of relativity. He seems like a completely different person now. This is the face of the astronaut I know.
You don't know him! But the tranquilizers were found in your system.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. But I don't know why. I'm done for. If you didn't take them, then maybe someone slipped them to you? Exactly! That's what I thought! It must have been the real culprit. My medication was in my locker. Anybody could have gotten their hands on it.
Maybe the real culprit also planted the detonator switch in your pocket.
Yeah, that's gotta be it. I've been framed. I'll say, they even managed to plant your prints on the switch before slipping it in. It's a real possibility. Do you remember anything else that might be relevant? Anything at all, no matter how small. Like, about the murder weapon, for example. That knife. I think it came from one of the Space Center's utility kits. Utility kits? Yeah, staff who work in machinery a lot are given these special toolkits to use. All the technicians have them, so I doubt you could prove whose knife it is. As I recall, your last trip into space was 7 years ago, right? That's right. It was a pretty rough experience. During that mission, we had all kinds of problems with the craft. You did? What kind of problems? Power failure, oxygen leakage, busted radio, cracked windows, loose control column. The heat shield came off as we were entering the atmosphere. I thought it was a goner. But I managed to make it somehow with the popsicles and ice packs from the freezer.
No wonder they dubbed it the Hat 1 miracle. It's a miracle you made it back.
What's a movie about a man dramatically taping popsicles to himself?
Yeah, like, what do they use the popsicles for? Just to keep himself cool and not, like, die of heat?
Just as a snack.
He just ate them as he cowered in a corner.
Yeah, no, I do think the implication is, yeah, like, because he didn't have a heat shield, he literally, like, duct taped them onto his body.
What the fuck? You know, you can really tell how much his head is shaped like a rocket when he's in this pose.
Yeah.
He even has a little fin mullet.
Space is a boundless place. That's why it continues to capture people's imaginations. But the vastness of space shows us how insignificant we are in the scheme of things. The darkness just goes on forever, and ever, and ever, without end. There was nobody else there. Nobody was going to save me. I was all alone. All alone, with nothing to listen to but the sound of my own breathing and heartbeat. I kept scrambling to make repairs, but I couldn't keep my hands from shaking.
He was the only one on the ship?
Yep.
That doesn't make sense. Why would they do that?
Anime.
Anime! An experience like that would make anybody afraid to go up into space. With the experience you had, weren't you dreading this mission? What? No way. Of course not. Even now I want to go up into space so bad I can barely stand it. I want to shake off the Earth's gravity and escape velocity and spin around weightless. But you have to admit it was pretty harrowing. Weren't you even a tiny bit afraid? I was afraid. Of course I was. Still am. But space is man's final frontier, an unknown world. The cosmic truth is out there waiting for us somewhere. The cosmic truth, huh? I guess there are people looking for the truth in every walk of life. No matter how afraid I am, I'm sure I can manage. If I give in to my fear, I'll never find the truth. As long as I don't give up, I can keep up the fight. One thing's for sure, Mr. Starbuck's passion for space is undeniably the real deal. Yeah.
He's like a human version of the Space Corps from Portal 2.
My god, he is.
Space Corps Gajinka.
Oh, I want to play Portal soon.
Yeah,
Fuck, those games are good.
they are.
It's a shame we'll never get another one ever.
They will never get another Valve game ever.
I got
Half-Life Alex doesn't count because 1% of the population can actually play that game.
That's true. But we got Artifacts? Is that what it was called?
The card game?
The card game? That's now defunct? Is that what it was called?
I think so. I honestly didn't last long enough for me to dedicate any brain space to
No, it's like Heroes of the Storm. Like, it doesn't really have to occupy any space in your brain, 'cause you know it's gonna die quick, huh?
it. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a shame that nobody is allowed to play Half-Life Alyx. The game looks cool. I watched Wayne play it.
Yeah, I have a friend who's got like a VR headset and a really good rig, and even with all that, he still wasn't able to play the game in like the free roaming mode. He had to do like the silly,
Yeah.
like, you're gonna move one screen at a time type thing.
Yeah, because, I mean, it just looks like it'd be a really demanding game, too.
Yeah, it just obliterates your heatsink if you try to run it in normal
You
mode.
probably need at least like a 1080 Ti to run that fucking thing.
And who can get those these days?
Nobody can fucking get them. There was a Portal builder, but that's not like a continuation to Portal, Zarboil. Like, there's no plot in that, I'm pretty sure. Alright. Anyway, enough about Valve. Maybe I'll play Portal soon. Maybe I'll play that on... No, I was gonna say maybe I'll play that on Sunday, but I have plans for Sunday, don't I? Yeah, I do. I'm excited for that. The Victim!
It's gonna be good.
It's gonna be good. I have to actually do more setup and, like, assets for that, but yeah, it'll be good.
It will be very good.
The Victim, Clay Terran, he was kind of like your protege, wasn't he? Well, it wasn't a big exaggerated deal like master and apprentice or anything like that. But Clay did think of me as his mentor. The mentor and protege. What a combination they must have been. With his encouragement, I knew I could get over my fear and go back into space. But now... Clay must have been very encouraging, huh? Yeah, it's funny, really. Whenever I'd hear him shout, "You're fine," I always got the feeling everything really was gonna be just fine. You're fine? Apollo says I'm fine and you're fine all the time, too. And I always feel encouraged, too, whenever I hear him shout it. Yeah, Clay and Apollo were best buds. Totally, forever. He talked about him all the time.
Trust me, take my word for it.
They
Will I
used to-
lie to you?
They used to come visit the Space Center a lot ever since they were high school kids. One day, out of the blue, Clay even told me you wanted to be my protege. Those two hung around the Space Center so much, they were like a part of the staff. I can talk, I promise. One time during zero G...
Base tongue.
I need to slow down. One time during zero G training, I started to panic a little bit. It's just I'm trying to, like, I have too much energy.
And the two of them took turns shouting "You're fine" over the radio. It was a simple thing, but it was exactly what I needed to hear. So, I'm fine and you're fine were like Apollo and Clay's secret phrases, huh? I wish I could ask Apollo more about Clay and their relationship now. Not that he didn't talk about him all the time or anything.
Speaking of Clay, how do you suppose he climbed down the ladder with you over his shoulder?
Sorry, but I can't even begin to imagine. But he actually did climb down that ladder, so a way has to exist. From the freedom of space to the walls of a cell. But the prosecutor said the dark night sky isn't half bad through barred windows.
You're fine. Solomon Salt Starbuck is fine. Everything is going to be all right.
Huh?
And Athena Sykes is fine. Come on, Mr. Wright, you too.
Do I really have to? Phoenix Wright is fine.
I can't hear you.
But Phoenix Wright is fine.
We'll get you back into space yet, Mr. Starbuck. Believe in your own innocence and have faith in us.
Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly. Oh, that's Phoenix. That was correct. That was the correct voice to do. Apollo believed in you wholeheartedly, and that's good enough for me. I believe in you too. Thank you. Thank you, both of you. I'll put my faith in you. And I vow to make it into space. All I need first is a not guilty verdict. It sure feels nice to reassure ourselves every now and then that we're all fine.
Sure, I guess. Okay, Mr. Wright. Let's get our investigation of the Space Center started. Pronto.
Good idea. Let's go.
Alright, bye.
Have you given any thought as to how you want to voice grown up Maya in the next game?
No.
It's on the horizon, you gotta start prepping for it.
I know. I have ideas.
I'm excited.
I have an idea.
What's your idea?
I'm not gonna say it.
Wow. I was wondering what kind of place the Space Center would be. It almost looks like an amusement park of the future.
Why is there a metal slug alien on this thing? That's literally a metal slug alien.
Capcom loves SNK.
They do love SNK. Didn't we see an alien like that in a previous game?
I can't remember.
I feel like I pointed that out before. I don't remember. Yeah, did you know they even let the public see their rockets up close? Oh, so check it out. Look at how brightly the Gyaxa logo shines in the sunlight above the entranceway. I really dig the stars and rocket motif it's got going.
Gyaxa, huh? Isn't that the new name of the Federal Space R&D program?
Yeah, but why the strange acronym? Wait. I mean, why is what is GYA supposed to stand for? Galaxy?
If that were it, then the whole thing would be something like Galaxy Exploration Agency. Wow, you really... Which, if you ask me, I'd have abbreviated to GAXA or even Gaia.
I guess so.
This is the most, like, self-serving joke ever.
Yeah.
Oh, I know. Maybe the person who came up with the name just really likes the letter Y.
This exchange is beginning to feel oddly like deja vu.
Is it?
Yeah, because there's a couple times when Maya and Phoenix would have conversations about acronyms like Sparta.
Oh, yeah. Good times. I miss her. Anyway, this place is more than just a research facility. It's also a tourist attraction. Who dis?
I'll take this guy since he took Solomon.
Okay, wait. You do the previous line too.
Tourist attraction. Don't make me laugh. It's a monument to the human race.
Wait, that's the Chief Justice.
Galactic scooter, full speed ahead.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yikes! Who's this geezer and what's he want?
Whole-blood space cop at your service. Look upon me and look well. Behold the great power of space science.
He looks like he'd be from,
Legend of the Galactic Heroes?
Yeah, exactly. That's the one I was thinking of.
He sure does, yeah.
Pardon me, but you are...
My glorious name is Yuri Cosmos. I am the director of the Cosmos Space Center. The center of the cosmos.
Boss, that was pretty groan-inducing. If this person is the Space Center's director, then that means... Aha! So you were one of the first to discover Clay's body, weren't you? What the fuck was the name of the guy in Rise from the Ashes?
Damon Gant?
Yeah. You're doing the Damon Gant voice of this guy, and it does make sense.
And they're both magnanimous old dudes.
Yeah.
That is correct. I was honored to be the very first man to know of space and time to discover the body. But this talk of the incident, are you by any chance the space police?
Oh my god, is Phoenix a space cop?
Phoenix, right. Space attorney and space cop.
You can't tack the word space on just any old thing, you know. Yeah, you fucking can. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We're here to investigate his case. Oh, and we're Earth lawyers, by the way.
Ah, I see. Yes, I've heard about you. In that case, by my esteemed privilege, I grant you permission to investigate. I trust you are appropriately grateful. Now go ahead, have at it.
I can already tell he's going to be nothing but trouble. Don't let him hear you say that, or you'll see what trouble really is. You might even get thrown in space prison. Let's just be professional and ask him about when he found the body, okay? Alright. Phoenix is Rich Evans. Yeah. Fuck. That would be real. Oh, if I could retroactively voice Phoenix like Rich Evans, I would.
You would have to do the laugh every time he laughs, though.
I can't fucking do that. I absolutely cannot do that. So, as director, what do you do here at the Space Center specifically?
Send peace across the galaxy and promote space development in this country, wherever we are.
You're the Galactic Federation. What was it from?
No matter what
was it from Wonderful 101? The Galactic Federation?
The Greater Galactic Coalition.
The Greater Galactic Coalition. That was it.
No matter what obstacles stand in our way, we keep going for the sake of mankind.
I believe you used the word specifically in my question. I used the word specifically in my question.
Attention all personnel, to your break stations, prepare for break.
Oh, I get it. You just wander around and tell people what to do in a self-important manner.
That is exactly right, because I am an important man and my manner is important.
Mr. Wright, this man doesn't get sarcasm. Well, there's bound to be some people like that here in the boundlessness of space.
What's that? You want to know what it is that makes me so important specifically? Very well, I will tell you. I was the central figure of the Hat 1 project.
Galactic Federation is from Metroid. You're right, Sir Boyle.
You may proceed to be appropriately impressed. Now go ahead, have at it.
No, were you? I might be more impressed if I knew what he did for it, specifically. But also, I'm not impressed because that rocket was a piece of shit, apparently. Could you tell us what you know about the incidents from the other day?
I refuse.
Oh, okay. Have a good day. What?
Explaining is a job for common folk, not to the director of the Cosmos. The buttons on his coat look like the Mario stars.
Yeah. Like, not even slightly. Like, exactly.
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird.
My testimony, which will go down in space history, will be heard in the courtroom.
What? So does that mean you'll be taking the stand tomorrow?
That is correct. I would be the most glorious witness in the history of mankind.
Needle, why are you thinking about Pokemon? I always dread when people bring up Pokemon in my chat now.
Why?
Because there is a looming threat constantly. I'm not sure if he really understands what being a witness is all about. Looks like Director Cosmos is the type that only talks about what he wants to talk about. Then let's at least try to ask him about the things he might be willing to open up about. About Hat 1. The Hat 1 was a rocket that was launched into space 7 years ago, correct? And despite numerous problems, it somehow made its way back home. Shut up, Needle. Do not have this threat looming over my head. Also, they're not bits, they're cat coins.
You see. I suppose it is part of my job to educate ignorant young folk like you. Very well. I'll impart to you the complete story of the Hat 1 project.
Oh, thank you very much. It's the fucking sword of Damocles over my head.
Hat 1's noble mission was to collect samples from an asteroid. And Mr. Starbuck was the pilot for that flight. Eventually, the Hat 1 reached its planned orbit, from where it launched the Hope probe towards the asteroid belt. From there, the Hope probe began its long, lonely journey into the far reaches of space. Then, after a terrifying struggle, the Hat 1 returned safely to Earth.
That struggle was when the incident known as the Hat 1 miracle occurred, right?
Correct. It truly was a miracle. Of course, they just had to turn the ordeal into a movie. As for the Hope probe, it did eventually arrive safely at its destination.
Needle, I don't think you're that far behind.
It obtained a few samples from the asteroid and returned to Earth but a few days ago.
So, what kind of samples are they? What's in them? Some kind of symbiote?
The samples are scheduled for analysis in the near future. We haven't had time since they just came back the day before Terran's murder. Regrettably, we've had no time to inspect the samples into everything that has occurred. Let's put our space development program ahead of other countries by several years.
That's quite impressive. I guess this guy isn't just a loudmouth braggart after all.
In the golden age of space development.
Val, I like how you went for Battleship Yamato.
Yeah, we were saying Legends of the Galactic Hero before.
Yeah.
Hello, Val.
Hello, Val.
Our predecessors were successful in bringing a moon rock back. This is the greatest achievement in the history of the Space Center. The public fell in love with space and all of its glorious potential.
A moon rock, huh? I remember that being big.
Our endeavors with the moon rock lives on in a world with those asteroid samples. I want to bestow new hopes and dreams for the future upon mankind once again.
Lots of hopes and dreams going on in this case, huh?
Several hope, many dreams.
Several, many.
Yeah. That is my mission as the man who stands at the center of the cosmos.
I hear there's lots of research into moon rocks and stardust from asteroids these days. They say the results could potentially have a huge impact on all of civilization. It's like we're in a new space race with every other country out there.
What? Bite your tongue. It's not for anything so base as money or politics. It's all for the brilliant future that awaits mankind, and all for my illustrious mission.
Val, as far as I can tell, Legends of the Galactic Heroes is pretty much the same. It's like same concept as Battleship Yamato.
With the recent budget cuts, my staff tells me finances are tight, but I won't hear it.
It's a space opera with space boats. I guess even a space program has to watch its budget. By the way, you seem awfully knowledgeable about this kind of thing, Athena. Huh? Oh, well, you know, I thought I'd better brush up for the case. Is that so?
Well, I'll be on my way. As you can see, I'm very busy and a very important man.
This is actually Athena's dad.
Galactic Scooter, fire up the main engine, max battle speed, and engage.
That thing is surprisingly fast. I guess we'd better get going too. You bet! Let's make it so! That was a Star Trek reference.
It sure was.
That was specifically a TNG reference. What the fuck is that? Mina, is that an alien?
Speehorse.
Oh my god. So this is where Mr. Terran was murdered. Yeah, this is the lounge. Let's see that diagram the police made again. Right now, we're in the main building here on the right side on the 3rd floor. Clay and Mr. Starbuck fled here from launch pad 1 after the explosion. We're Mr. Starbuck's lawyers. We come to investigate.
I'll just handle this. Sorry, nobody gets in with the permission, not even the police superintendent. Can't have Detective Fulbright getting mad at me.
Where are the Ds9 references? I don't think they're going to do Ds9 references ever.
Yeah, DS9 was not, as great as it is, it was not like, the cultural touchstone that TNG and the TOS were.
Yeah. So, Detective Fulbright is here, huh?
Yeah, he's in the Launchpad 1 corridor. Go get clearance from him and then we'll talk.
Leave it to me! I'm great at getting intel out of Detective Fulbright. Let's see, what trick should I use on him today? I don't know if I should be grateful or afraid. So, to get to the Launchpad 1 corridor, we just have to go through that door with the blue rocket on it, I think. Wait, that door? It looks awfully familiar. Good eye there, boss. Good eye? Good eye.
Guy there.
This is the door Clay and Mr. Starbuck used during their escape from the launch pad. Ah, that explains it. The fingerprint system has been deactivated, so I think we can just pass through. No, come on, let's go! I can't. I'm not allowed to look at where the body is.
Without permission, you're not.
Please. Please, am I allowed to look at where the body was?
New.
It's so painful. Hey, look at that robot.
It sure is a robot.
That's a cute robot.
Yeah, it's a very cute robot.
So this is it, huh? This is the corridor the two of them used in their escape. Yep. This is the only thing connecting Launchpad 1 with the main building. I see police tape down at the other end. Guess we won't be looking at the launch pad. After the explosion, this whole corridor must have been filled with smoke. And the launch pad itself was probably a sea of flames. It must have been pretty scary for them. Now, where could Detective Fulbright be? Hey, I think that's him over there. The robot. Oh, no. What should I do? Which path is the path of justice? He seems to be lost. That's funny. This corridor is a straight shot. Huh? Ah, it's you lawyer people. Welcome to the Space Center. Enjoying a relaxing day off, are you? Here for a little rocket sightseeing. We're here to investigate the scene, same as you. Do you have any info to share? Boss, if you act at all reluctant to give us information, we hit him with the whatever shall we do act. I'm sure he'll fall for it. Got it?
I'm so unimpressed with this guy every time.
Yeah, he's just like, oh, this fucking cop. Are we trying to catch the unruly family dog here or something? I mean, yeah, basically. Info on the case, huh? Alright, I'll gladly share some with you. Huh? What just happened? What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
What happened?
Detectives and lawyers seeking truth and justice side by side. I like it. Just take whatever you want from me, you info bandits. I'm in a generous mood today. I don't know. There's something weird about Detective Fulbright today. Well, we need information, so let's run with it. If you say so. Detective Fulbright, could you give us permission to investigate the crime scene? There's an officer on guard and we can't get in. Oh, whatever shall we do? That's an easy one. I'll let them know over there to let you in. Investigate to your heart's content. Take a week if you need it, a month even. Shall I have some snacks delivered? One of my men gives a mean neck rub. No? That's okay, but thanks. Definitely not the Fulbright I know. Detective Fulbright is acting sickeningly sweet. It's kind of gross, actually. Do you think he hit his head or something? Who knows? Whatever the case is making our lives way easier. That's suspicious, right?
Tina is understandably distrustful of cops who are acting generous.
Yeah, because normally, like, we have to butter him up at least somewhat.
Yeah, if a cop acts like this, it means that they have something so big that they don't care what you do.
Yeah, they're up to something. What happened exactly?
What happened?
You were here at the Space Center at the time of the incidents, weren't you, Detective? That's right! I was here on a security assignment.
The police are required to secure rocket launches now? I didn't know that.
Yes. Well, you know us. To serve and protect. The explosions occurred while I was here on duty, so I started leading the evacuation. He's leaving out a lot of details, but okay. Could you tell us more about what happened? Of course! A bomb went off on the second floor of the main building.
Why? Why was there a bomb on the second floor of the main building?
Right after that...
There was a bomb in the lounge.
No, because the bomb in the lounge makes sense, because the idea is there, as presented, is that Solomon was trying to destroy the evidence of the murder. But that doesn't track with there being a bomb on the second floor. That seems completely unnecessary.
So far.
So far, yes. Like, it's the one thing here that I don't think makes sense.
Yeah.
Yet. And obviously it will make sense at some point, but like in the prosecution's case it doesn't make sense, you know? Unless they have a theory for that as well.
Right after that, the one over in Launchpad 1 also blew sky high. So I immediately instructed the visitors and the employees to evacuate to the shelter. The shelter? That's right! There's an evacuation shelter in the basement of the Space Center. It's there for accidents and emergencies and the like.
So, where were you when the first bomb went off?
I was on duty on the 4th floor. It was quite the madhouse, I tell you. The elevator wasn't working on account of the explosion. And the stairs on the 2nd floor were destroyed, so we couldn't go that way.
Then wasn't it impossible to get down to the basement shelter?
No, we lowered an emergency ladder from a 4th floor window and escaped that way. It was a folding ladder, so it wasn't very stable, but at least it reached the ground. After I secured the ladder, I left to take another look around for any other survivors. Once everyone else got out safely, I made my way down too and headed to the shelter.
Wow, what an ordeal. But climbing down the emergency ladder kind of sounds fun.
Thank you for your answers, Detective. They were very helpful. Just a moment. I have some more information to share with you. But don't tell Prosecutor Blackwell, okay?
Wow, and Prosecutor Blackwell usually has you on a short leash, too.
Well, never mind that. Ha! I thought you should know that there was a witness.
This is so weird.
Yeah, isn't it?
I don't trust this man. And not just because he's a cop. Though that does contribute.
Could you tell us more about this witness? Sure thing. The witness was a Space Center employee who was on the 4th floor. While she was climbing down, she looked through a window into the 3rd floor lounge.
So, she was looking into the crime scene from the outside?
That's right. It was just a matter of chance that she saw something important. Not that I know what she saw exactly yet, though.
You don't? But that's the most important thing of all.
Ha ha ha! Don't you worry, I'll get around to interviewing her soon enough. She should still be somewhere here in the Space Center. You might even run into her. A 4th floor employee, huh? Alright. Thanks for the info, Detective Fulbright.
Gee, you sure are being cooperative, Detective. A little too cooperative, maybe even.
Yes, well, actually,
You know, how did you miss that, like, Apollo's, like, dead? Remember the first case happened? With Bomb, and then Apollo get attacked, and he, like, almost die, and now he can't do this case.
He got blowed up and then bonked on the head.
Yeah, he got blown up and then bonked on head, and now he can't do the case at all. So Phoenix and Athena have to do it. What do you mean you don't remember that? It literally... Okay.
something you can't talk about. Yeah, something like that. Anyway, never mind. Don't worry about me. Well, I'll be on my way now. What was that all about?
Something is definitely going on. I'm gonna get to that the next time I see him.
Okay. I'm not so sure to talk about it, though. Well, we have permission to investigate now. Let's head back to the boarding lounge.
Yay, Athena theme.
Themna.
Themna.
Ah, you two, Detective Fulbright, are going to give you permission to investigate. He also said I should bring you some snacks and give you a neck rub if you'd like.
Oh, that's alright. But thank you for the offer.
Well, time to roll up our sleeves and start investigating. Now, let's see. Where's that diagram again? So, this lounge is on the 3rd floor of the main building. And according to Apollo, this is where he believes a third party killed his friend.
Well, let's stop the recap and start looking for traces of this third person, then.
You read my mind, Athena. We'll make that our first priority. There's just one problem, though. This room... It's just so big. There's so much in it.
Don't worry, we can use this to help us.
A Space Center pamphlet? For tourists?
Yep, picked it up at the entrance. The maps inside should come in handy. Let's see. Yep, here it is. A map of the lounge.
Yeah, there's so much going on in here.
This is the door we went through to talk to Detective Fulbright.
Oh, yeah. That's the door with the fingerprint recognition lock. Well, I guess this map will make things a little easier.
Alright. Yeah, no more excuses. Let's track down the third person.
Wait, there's just one more thing. What's that strange creature moving around outside the window?
Oh, boss, it's just a holographic image.
Oh, yeah, I knew that. Whew, that's a relief.
There should be a...
like, what is that strange and juicy creature?
It is a strange and juicy creature.
There should be a button somewhere in this room to turn the image on and off. That's what it says in the pamphlet anyway.
The only reason you're so eager to start is so that you can push that button, isn't it?
And what's wrong with that? Let's just look for the button while we're looking for clues.
Alright, fine, let's just get investigating. Oh my god. I get to look at stuff.
I know, it's real.
Holy shit. It's almost like I'm playing an Ace Attorney game or something and not a guided visual novel.
What's funny is that the one game with the actual visual novel mode, Great Ace Attorney, has some of the most in-depth investigation in the series.
Wait, that's a visual novel mode? What does that mean?
It means the game plays itself. You don't have to like do the puzzles if you don't want to. It doesn't unlock any of the achievements, but what it does is whenever it gets to a part where you have to present evidence or pick a choice, it just does it for you automatically.
Huh.
It's like an accessibility option for people who
Yeah.
want to enjoy the game but aren't super good at it.
They just want the story. They don't want all the rigmarole. I mean, that's
brain
a
teaser.
good middle ground between core Ace Attorney and whatever the fuck this game is trying to do.
Yeah, and it's definitely like for the better too, because there are some parts of the game that get really difficult.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like it has the opposite thing as this game where you have to present a piece of evidence and the game gives you absolutely zero prompting as to what it is. So you just have to figure it out. And that's not a bad thing at all. I just think that that they put in the visual novel mode to kind of mitigate that.
I am excited to play those games. Because those sound like they embody everything I actually want in an Ace Attorney game. Aside from Maya's obvious lack of presence, but you know.
Yeah, but you know, she was negative 109, so it's not really her fault.
Plus, I'm getting used to that at this point.
Yeah. Sad face.
Sad face. So, this is where they discovered Clay.
Yeah, he was already dead when they found him. Let's take a look at the photo.
So he was stretched out like this and... Huh? What's that thing that looks like a thermos? Did you not read the case files at all?
That's the thing that Prosecutor Blackwell mentioned when I was in court with Apollo. He said that it contains asteroid samples.
Oh, right. Director Cosmos mentioned something about that too, didn't he? That they were brought back only 5 days ago by the probe that the Hat 1 launched.
I wonder what they look like. Do you think they'll let us see?
Let's think about that after we've solved the case, okay?
Wow, that's really all we had to say about that, huh? This is still a dual Destinies investigation. I shouldn't get my hopes up. What are these? Are these like cryopods? These are apparently oxygen capsules. They're for recovery after a training mission. I wonder if they can change your voice. Testing, testing, 1, 2, 3. Huh? It didn't do a thing. It's not helium, Athena. It's oxygen. She is such a fucking bimbo. Oh, a mirror.
Like, those stupid.
She's dumb.
We
Yeah,
love her for it.
it does suck that Black Quill is trapped in this game. Poor Black Quill. He deserves better than this.
Yeah, he really does. He's one of my favorite characters in this franchise, but yeah, he gets kind of stuck with some of the more inane mysteries that even he himself in character finds stupid.
What's this fucking Hellraiser Event Horizon torture device up here?
I think it's like a G-Force trainer.
That looks awful. I hate it. Oh, a mirror! How thoughtful of them to put one here. Blackwell's sentence was being the worst game. Yeah. Yeah, I guess so. Thoughtful. So the ladies can fix their makeup. One's appearance is just as important in space as it is on Earth, you know. You never know when you're going to run into some other life form after all. I doubt anybody who thinks like that would ever become an astronaut in the first place. Wow, judgy. That's Phoenix for you.
Phoenix is a Zoom boomer.
He's a judgy bitch. What's this? There's some kind of panel with 2 buttons on it here. Just push it. That's the invariable principle of buttons. I do appreciate, like, I think that does carry that Maya energy the way that Trucy kind of didn't.
Yeah.
Because Trucy was kind of a good girl, but Athena's
Daddy's
like,
girl.
Athena's like, I'm gonna fuck shit up.
Yeah, on purpose.
I'm gonna suplex a fucking cop. There are such things as buttons left unpushed. Oh no, we killed it. Hey, the giant holographic image disappeared. Yeah, though that side of the wall seems kind of barren without it now. Still, let's see if we can find anything new with the image off. Ooh. Fuck you. That doesn't make sense. You would still be able to see that. Also, no, because there'd be so many dead pixels around that, it'd be more noticeable with it on. Video
these
game.
are holograms. You don't understand. This isn't an image. It's a projection.
Video game. Spider-Man was here. Hey, Mr. Wright, take a look at this. It looks like a bullet hole. Great find, Athena. What? A bullet hole? What? It's pretty big. Whoever fired the shot must have been using a pretty large gun. You think so? Based on my experience, I'd say this was fired from a regular pistol. Well, whatever size it was, somebody fired a gun in here, right? Apparently. This is an important fact. Do you see a bullet anywhere? No, the police might have taken it, though. You think? You would think Fulbright would let us know about that. Oh. Let's ask Detective Fulbright about this bullet hole later. Thanks, Tina. Okay, that's everything, I assume. What's this?
There's more.
Wait, at the hologram?
No, not the hologram. Sorry.
Oh.
I thought you were just being pessimistic about the investigation.
Yeah, that's all we have to find. Warning, helmet use required. Please use the moonwalk apparatus responsibly. What would you bunk your head on?
If you're using that thing to bounce around, you could bump your head in the roof, I guess.
That high? Here's another amazing piece of equipment. Walk on the surface of the moon, it says. Oh boy, I want to try it. Gravity is weak on the moon, so I bet I could do mid-air somersaults. We're still on Earth, remember? Besides, it's connected to the ceiling. Well, at least I could jump really high. There's a sign on the wall that very clearly says, don't jump too high. Then what good is this thing? Didn't I say in the beginning, walk on the surface of the moon? Needle. I'm Canadian. We don't have NASA. Do we even have an equivalent of NASA?
No, I think we just work with NASA with stuff like the Canadarm.
Yeah, we don't even have like a Canadian Air Force, like space program.
We don't have the spaceys.
We don't have space. Hey, I see something shiny down there. Let's take this cover off then. Oh, it's a bullet. What's this? It looks like a metal jelly bean. It's really small, but it's a bullet. It's only about 2 to 3 millimeters in diameter. Let's see. That'll make this the caliber 10? Caliber refers to the diameter of a gun's barrel, right? Yes, but I've never heard of a 10 caliber gun before. This bullet must be for a special kind of gun. I bet if you tried firing a bullet this small with a regular sized gun, it would just fall right out. Yeah, it must have been a really small gun. I wonder how the bullet ended up here. I mean, we're in the bottom left from the south door, on the south door side of the room according to this map. That's pretty far from where Clay's body was. Maybe the police didn't think to look here. Yeah, leave it to Detective Fulbright to accidentally hand us just the card we need. It probably ricocheted off the curved screen, right? Or something?
I guess we'll see.
Could I see the shiny from... No, I just have to guess. There was something there. Wait, hold on. 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 No? No, that's nothing?
It's just part of the display.
I see. Let's look at this torture device. Yeah. Phoenix and I are on the same wavelength. We always have been, haven't we?
Yeah, he's like up there with Maya with characters you connect with on an unconscious level.
Yeah. No matter how I look at it, all I can think of is torture device. But I guess it's a training device for getting used to zero gravity. Uh-oh. Athena has an odd glint in her eye. Is she thinking about trying that thing out? I should try to stop her, but I'm afraid she'll just outmuscle me. What? You think Athena's stronger than you?
18-year-old girl stronger than 37-year-old man.
Who knocked down a fucking massive door by himself and withstood a fucking car accident with only a sprained ankle. And also fell off a cliff into a river and took no damage.
Listen, her power is immeasurable.
He got a cold from that. That's all.
Her power is immeasurable.
Hey, Mr. Wright, look at that up there. Some kind of fragment? It's stuck in tight. Oh, so that's what the glint was all about. The color looks familiar. I think it's part of an oxygen tank. I think you're right, but if that's here, it means Clay's tank ruptured after they arrived at the boarding lounge. So, Prosecutor Blackwell's theory that Mr. Starbuck dropped Clay down the ladder must have been wrong. This proves that both of the astronauts were alive when they reached the boarding lounge. So, Apollo was right. The scene of the murder wasn't the launch pad. Haha, way to go, Apollo! Was that there the whole time? No, that wasn't. That absolutely was not there the whole time. Was it?
What do you mean?
The fragment, was that there the whole time?
During the investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shut up. Hold on. I have to look at this clip really quick. Oh my god, it was. Look at this torture device. Fuck me.
I guess that's how the police missed it in the universe too.
I did not even fucking see it.
It just looks like it's part of the zero G machine.
Yeah. What's this? I wonder what this big knob is for. It looks like the knob on a stove. Well, it's the same shape, but I think that's where the similarities end. I mean, it's behind a glass pane. What kind of stove would require knob security like this? Well, the knob is straight up and down, so if it was for a stove, the burner would be off. Right, if it was for a stove. Still, I wonder what it's really for. Something turned on by a knob that's not a stove? How about a rocket engine? If you had to start the engine here, the rocket would take off before you could get in. Then I guess all we could say for now is that it's a mystery knob. Knob isn't a real word anymore. Hey, what's this? Hey, what's this? Hey, what's this? Hey, what's this? I'm not allowed to look at this?
No, it's just part of the Moonlock display.
It's just... No, it's... Is it? Is it?
Yeah.
Why is it pointing to a garbage? A
maybe
garbage,
it's
garbage can. A garbage chute?
trash disposal chute or something.
Alright. So, this is the fingerprint recognition device. I guess you put your hand on this hand mark. Why guess when you can try? Now, to line my hand up with the outline. Don't, Athena. This thing is related to the case. Get your prints all over that, and the next thing you know, you'll be named a suspect. What? How can you be so cruel to a little girl like me? I'm not buying those tears, Missy.
He really is a dad.
He really is. Let's see, the store is... Where's that pamphlet? Here we are. It's the door to the corridor that leads to Launchpad 1. We went through it earlier when we went to talk to Detective Fulbright. So I guess the security lock must be disengaged now, right? They say the corridor was filled with smoke at the time of the bombing. This thing beside the door, this must be the fingerprint recognition device. Which reminds me, I think Prosecutor Blackwell talked about it at the trial. Then, does this mean that the bomber's prints were verified by the system? But the number of authorized personnel was supposed to be really small. Voila! Fingerprint powder! I brought it just in case something like this came up. I found it at the office. I've been just itching for a chance to use it. Wow, way to think ahead. You're letting us do gameplay, Athena? Wow! Now let's test the fingerprint recognition device and see what we can find. You got it! Oh. Nope. No gameplay.
No, just watch. No
Just
play.
watch.
Just
Just
watch.
watch it happen.
Just watch. No play. Only watch.
You got it. Now to sprinkle some here and a little over there, and whoop. Let's see what we have here. Oh, we got something. Aw, it's only a single set of prints. Isn't that a good thing? Sure wish we could figure out whose prints these are. Although, I doubt we'll be so lucky as to get the culprit's prints in the first try. Well, I'm willing to bet that Detective Fulbright has some fingerprint data. Right, and there's the security footage of this door too. Yes, here it is. It came up in court the other day. I wish we could see the part of the footage just after this bit. Oh, because that would be right before the murder, wouldn't it? Let's ask the detective. With the mood he's in, he'll probably show it to us right away. Yeah, he's in almost too good of a mood today. Let's go see if we can find him again once we're done with this room. Alright. Let's look at this little doodad here. What's that? It's a vape. That's some pretty futuristic looking furniture over there. There we go. According to the pamphlet, those are no ordinary chairs. They're like amusement park teacup rides. You can power them yourself, it says. If you spin the table, your chair spins too. Why would anyone want to have something like that here? It's for astronauts who have trouble with the device on the ceiling. No vertical spins. It says it's a training device that's easy on the eyes and on the body. They got it from IKEA.
It looks like an IKEA.
It looks
chair,
like
doesn't
looks like an IKEA chair. Can a person really call themselves an astronaut if they can't handle 0G? Oh, you know what? We haven't looked at this door. Because if we're scanning for fingerprints, then we might as well try that, right? No? So it looks like there are 3 doors that lead in and out of this room. Well, let's check. Drum roll, please. Ta-da! The Space Center pamphlet. She didn't even, I like to think that she didn't actually give time for a drum roll. She just moved on, barreled forward. We're here. Yeah, that's the Athena way. We're here at this place that says Boarding Lounge 1. Here are the 3 doors. Let's call them Lefty, Righty, and Downy. Nope.
People usually say west, east, and south in a case like this, you know.
Details, details. Anyway, take a look at the west door. That door with the rocket icon leads to Launchpad 1. I know because it says here on the map, Launchpad 1 corridor. So that's where we were with the detective. It was full of smoke after the explosion. They're really establishing this, huh?
Yeah.
Right, next up, the right-hand side of the map, or east in your world. That's the door with the satellite dish icon to signify communication, aka the control room.
Yep, it definitely says control room. Looks like it has another door on the opposite side.
They communicate and exchange information with rockets and probes in space from there. So it's the center of the Space Center. The Space Center, if you will.
Does everybody sort of talk like Director Cosmos after they've been here a while?
But it seems that they built a new command center on the 6th floor. That's what they used for the Hat 2 mission, so this control room was empty at the time.
I've always wanted to see the inside of a mission control room, and since we're here...
I'd love to do that too, but it doesn't look like we'll be able to. They want to keep curious kids like you out. So the door is protected with fingerprint recognition. Only director can go through.
With that much security, I'm definitely not the one they're looking to keep out, Athena.
So apparently, the lock is also hooked up to a backup generator in case of emergencies.
Right. Okay, what about that last door?
This lower door, south door, it leads to the elevators.
The elevators, right.
Look at the robot!
This is the door we came through when we entered this room, right?
Yep, and of course there is no fingerprint recognition device, so it's open to anyone.
But the elevators weren't working at the time due to the explosion.
Well, that's about it for the 3 muscadors of the boarding lounge.
Thanks. Understanding the layout of the lounge should help us understand the case. That's why I thought we'd better have a good grasp of where all the doors go.
Right.
That was not a complete waste of my time for reasons. Okay, so... Are we good here, or...
A window, and it's right next to the holographic image, too. I bet it's here to help people see the stark contrast between reality and virtual reality.
Way off. It says emergency ventilation. You know, to clear smoke from a fire.
See, it's pointing out the virtual insanity of reality.
Alright.
Friggin' Jamirically reference.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, so that's nothing.
Did we look at the hologram?
Like this little hologram? Little BB hologram? Can we? Nope. Alright. Well, what's this vape? Oh yeah, it's the spinny. It looks like someone's gonna rip some fat vape clouds on that.
Yeah, it looks like a hookah.
Yeah. Oh. That looks important. This must be the security camera that recorded the astronauts making their escape.
Oh, let's commemorate this occasion with love and peace.
If you're done now, shall we move on? Yeah, wow, they're packing them full.
Yeah, okay, but just one more for the road. Peace.
Very mature.
Okay.
It's full of references.
Is there...
They really want me to look at everything, huh? Every little thing. That's the same dialogue. Alright. Can we... Nope. Hey, where'd Full Break go? This is the part of these games that I hate. Where, like, I'm just missing looking at one thing. This is always a situation... What do you mean, examine?
You examine the trash chute while you're looking at this.
Oh!
There it is.
Why can't I look at it from the other? Fuck, whatever. What's this? A trapdoor? It's a trash chute. The cleaning robots throws the garbage out from here. That's not right. The cleaning robots throw the garbage out from here. The robots do the cleaning? What a futuristic world we live in. I just hope they don't revolt like they do in science fiction movies. No way. All the robots here are very nice. Actually, wasn't there one in the Launchpad 1 corridor? We can go say hi to it if you want. Fuck, that's it. That's all. Oh my god, we have to do a robot voice. Hold on.
Oh, okay.
We absolutely have to do a robot voice for this. Hold on, what should we do? Fuck, okay. I mean, the Alex Trebek voice is the really good one. Well, but it's a lady robot, right?
Yeah.
Hold on, I have to look at the event. Hold on, this is gonna be a bit of a tangent. I have to look up for like lady voices in this bot. The bit returns. It never left. Amethyst, like from Steven Universe. Oh. This is. I mean, this one might be bad and not good.
Do you want me to be in charge of typing it, or can only you control it?
Oh no, anybody can control it, but I can type it. I wonder how this one's gonna sound.
Welcome to the Space Center. Welcome.
Right, okay. That one's fine, I guess. Yikes! What in the world? Oh my god, wait, hold on. I need to actually copy the commands. There we go. How is the bot gonna translate this?
My name is Punko. Punko?
Sure.
Punko.
I love this bit, actually.
This is a good bit.
Okay.
Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you looking around? Choose one.
I could try to turn the bot up, but the thing is I have to have it in the call for it to do that. Which is a struggle. It's a robot? Come on. You can do it.
I am not a robot. I am Punko.
There we go.
Whose voice is that?
Applejack.
Like the cereal?
No, like the pony.
Oh.
That's the first like lady voice I saw.
That's funny. That's funny. I like the southern accent.
Yeah, it's good.
Psychological observation and
Psychological.
navigation companion.
Classic Bart attack.
The Kansai accent. Yeah, exactly.
Punko.
Well, I'm glad we got that cleared up. Oh, Ponko, I've missed you. Huh? Do you know this thing, Athena? Oh, she showed us around the last time when I came here with Apollo. Oh, you're such a good girl, Ponko. That's a good girl. Wait. You know what I'm noticing?
What's that?
Ponko kind of has the same face as Widget.
Mm-hmm.
Also, she got
Thank you. Thank
she
you.
got titties?
I'm so happy, so very happy.
Why do they give this robot titties?
How else do you know it's a girl robot?
Wow, a guide robot. That's pretty cool. My name is Phoenix Wright. Nice to meet you. Fucking Bobby Hill. I don't
That's
know
my
you.
first.
I don't know you.
Huh? Ouch, that hurt. Oh, she has to register people she meets for the first time. Please register him, Ponko. This is a lot of work, actually.
Certainly comments and guest registration.
You didn't expect to see her not have so many lines, did you?
Nope. Oh, maybe they are missiles. That'd be cool.
Please tell me your name. The nickname is fine too.
His name is Phoenix. A bit overly familiar, but I'll allow it. Oh no, the cops are gonna use this. This is like fucking Face ID. Oh my god, is this what the Boston Dynamics robots are gonna turn into?
Phoenix, please let me get a good look at your face.
Oh, Nick.
Phoenix! Oh, sure.
Oh yeah, that is true. I could grab the script
No,
for this
but
case and...
it's less funny if it's not slightly botched.
Okay.
It's gotta be a bit botched. Hello?
Registering. Facial registration sequence complete.
Sequence.
Sequence! Just so many lines. It'd be better if the bot didn't take so long.
We are now officially friends. Nice to meet you, Phoenix.
I love that so much. Huh, this robot's pretty cute. Phoenix? You made a friend, boss. Isn't it great? I love the robot mispronouncing his name, actually. That's really good.
Phoenix, Athena, allow me to get you right this way.
Hello. Hello, me again.
Allow me to guide you.
Yeah, this thing mispronounces basic words. It's so funny.
I love it. Oh, goody. Let's go, boss. Go where? Ooh, a museum. Aliens! Wait, why is this in a museum?
That's what actually happened in the hat one.
It actually happened. Oh, wow. What is this place? Is that rocket real?
My perspective on this area is really cool, though.
Yeah, it's very good. God damn it.
It is just taking me feeling I can do my best Applejack voice for her.
No, I can do it. Once the bit starts, you can't stop it.
I'm just gonna say, oh, right then I think she has more lines than you expect her to have.
Yeah, I'm noticing this. Oh my god. The bit cannot be stopped. The bit train cannot be derailed. Punko does kind of have zero colors, you're right.
The space museum is open to the public every day of the year from 9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
9 a.m. to 7 p.m.
7 p.m. Is she a witness?
She might be.
Fuck. This bit is not sustainable.
This bit is gonna take us into friggin' next month.
Yep.
Learn about the history of our nation's space development in the Hot World Project.
Oh, you said Hat 1 fine, though. You know, I was thinking, like, I at least wanted to do it through this investigation, but I think she has a lot of lines throughout this entire investigation, even.
Yeah.
The rocket is just a replica, but it's the same size as the real one.
Okay, you can do it. Fine, whatever.
Okay.
It's too much.
I will do my best to mispronounce words on purpose.
Okay. The Space Museum. Oh, here it is on the map. Okay, so it's on the exact opposite side of the main building from Launchpad 1.
Ask me anything. Anything. I will explain.
Good. This is quite the place. I can't believe we get to see a rocket this close up.
You know, if I had a nickel for every time that I voiced a southern accented robot, I would put 2 nickels. But it's weird to happen the 2 times.
What's the other time? When was that?
It was one of my D&D characters in a campaign with North.
Oh, really?
Charles will remember it if
That's
Charles
weird.
is
That's
still
weird.
working.
That's a weird thing to happen twice.
Yeah, it sure is, isn't it? This is a replica of the Hat 1 that was launched 7 years ago. It's exactly like the real Hat 1, inside and out.
Huh. Aliens included?
His little brother, the Hat 2, was supposed to launch the other day.
I wonder if Ponko knows why the launch was cancelled.
Over there is an exhibit about the launch 7 years ago. Check it out, check it out.
Hey, look. Wow. That looks great. Spacesuits, photos, newspaper articles. I'd like to come here again on a day off. Look how low resolution that is.
Yeah, it definitely looked a lot better on 3DS.
Yeah, well, because everything looked like that.
Yeah.
Hey, what's this a photo of? Whoa! Look at that! Look at that! Look at her!
Which one?
The one with the cat ears, basically.
You want to take her when she inevitably appears?
Oh, is she gonna be here?
Yeah, of course she is.
Oh, hell yeah!
You think they would waste money designing characters they're not going to use?
Yes! That's every victim.
Onyx. That's the staff of the Hat 1 project.
Oh, there's Mr. Starbuck. He looks so young and so different. Ah, and that's... What is it, Athena? Is something wrong? Oh, nothing. I just thought Mr. Starbuck looked really young too, that's all. Well, it was 7 years ago, after all. So the young guy standing next to Mr. Starbuck is Clay Terran, the victim, who didn't really seem to age a day in 7 years, which is really weird. So they were mentor and protege even way back then. And he's even got one of the staff jackets. He looks just like a regular staff member.
No, Clay was still a student then. He just borrowed one of Solo Man's old jackets.
Good. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Clay would have still been in high school 7 years ago. Everybody looks so happy. The Space Museum is great. What fantastic exhibits.
This area used to be Launchpad 2. That's why the only entrance is on the 3rd floor.
Huh. Wouldn't it be better if they just made a new ground floor entrance instead?
There was talk of it, but they had to scrap their plans because of budget cuts. Budget cuts. Budget cuts. We need more money. Money.
Who would record that kind of information into a guide robot?
While it was in space, the Hat One launched a probe called Hope. The Hope probe collected some samples from the asteroid and returned 5 days ago.
That's what Director Cosmos said, too. He told us it came back the day before Clay was killed.
And here it is, the Hope space probe.
Hi, we're in space now. I think I've seen that logo somewhere before. Let's see. Oh yeah, the capsule that the victim was carrying. I think it had the same logo. I think it can be seen in the photo attached to the autopsy report. Maybe she'll give me some more info if I show it to her. Yeah, a robot would respond to that, sure. Why not? Fuck it. That's the autopsy report, right?
Yeah.
Ponko, do you recognize this capsule here in the top right?
Checking your registered data. I know. It's the Hope capsule. It was carried inside the Hope probe.
It contained the asteroid samples, right?
Yes. It was designated to hold the samples gathered by the Hope probe. It's been stored in a safe in the Launchpad 1 ever since it returned to Earth. It must not be removed. It must not be removed.
That's a good one. Don't worry, Ponko.
I'm trying to think of like logically which words
Yeah.
a bot would misread.
Yeah, now you have to think while you're voice acting.
I know it's difficult. I'm just not thinking.
Yeah. The people in charge already know what happened.
They do. I must ask them later.
So the capsule was being kept in Launchpad 1, huh? Maybe Clay was trying to carry it to safety after the explosion. The Space Center staff must have been really excited to finally get the capsule back. But it's a pity this incident occurred before they got the chance to check the contents. Well, the police took it as evidence, so they'll have to wait a little longer. Huh.
The way the space... She said space, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay. The way the Space Center launch pad is set up is really cool. Would you like me to tell you about it? Would you?
The setup of the launch pad? Go gentle on my spiky-haired mind. I want to know! Phoenix wants to know too! Great. Now Athena's got a case of ponkoitis.
Hooray, I will tell you then.
Oh god.
This rocket's built right inside the launch pad structure. When the rocket is complete, it's moved along with the launch pad over the rails.
Whoa.
And brought into position at launch site.
Cool.
Isn't it cool? Isn't it? We used to have a big budget, so that's how big we can build it all.
It's very cool. A grand setup that suits an important place like the Space Center. I guess everyone is hoping for a bigger budget next year, myself included. I'm guessing the whole thing is operated from the control room, huh?
That it is. But it can also be operated from the new command center, too. Either way, the safety lock in the boarding lounge first has to be disengaged.
Gongaga?
Me? Gongaga.
I guess
All
if
we
it were
do.
a big move like that can be carried out. There are all kinds of procedures. I would love to see the launch pad being moved. When's the next one scheduled for?
Searching data. All future plans have been put on hold.
Because of the bombing and the murder, I'll bet, which is perfectly understandable. Well, when was the last time it was moved?
Searching data. I'm sorry. That answer isn't in my answer database.
I guess Ponko can only answer certain questions. No. That's interesting. Well, we certainly learned a lot about the Space Museum.
Thank you, Ponko. You explained everything very well.
I love to explain. Thank you for listening. Thank you.
I like Ponko.
She's very cute.
Yeah. You two are like old friends. It's hard to believe you just met recently. It's because Ponko is so friendly. Well, what should we investigate next? Let's go find Detective Fulbright. We have things to ask him about. Let's see. The security footage and the fingerprint data, was it? Okay, then let's go back to the Launchpad 1 corridor. Bye, Ponko. See you later.
Come again. Come again. And don't forget to visit the gift shop.
Poor Ponko. What a Dickensian life we're all forced to lead. Huh. Alright, so we go corridor. What about this robot? Does this robot not have sentience?
No, it doesn't have a face. It just has eyes.
Oh no!
It has no mouth yet.
It can't even think to scream. So it doesn't even have to scream.
What should I do? Which path is the path of justice?
There's Detective Fulbright. He still seems to be lost, even though it's a straight corridor.
Let's hope he's still in a cooperative mood as well, then.
If he doesn't cooperate, then I'll just have to use my powers on him.
You mean that lady in distress bit?
Okay, so security footage. Wait, so, what was it? Bullet. Bullet hole? Bullet.
Yeah.
Why are we giving him?
Bullet hole.
Why are we giving the opposition evidence? Have we not? Has Phoenix not learned his lesson yet?
Something for the lost and found. I'll be sure to take care of it.
Wait, is it not? No, not that. This.
Maybe it's a hole. Show hole.
What? Oh.
Talk hole. Not
Fuck!
show hole. Talk hole.
Fuck off! Like, why? Actually, why? This. Oh. They literally did. They literally had us do this in this game.
Well, Brett's like, please do not post hole in my good Christian server.
Everything has to be conversation. There's no presenting, there's no investigating. It's all just good talk. Push the buttons that we want you to push.
In the order that you want them to be pushed.
How did this game have some of the highest scores?
Pretty graphics.
It's amazing what you can fucking get away with if your game just looks nice.
We found a bullet hole in the wall at the crime scene. You did! Our team found that too. It was Detective Arm who fired that bullet. Detective Arm? That's right! A warning shot for the defendant!
Was it really such a high threat situation that she needed to do that?
I'm afraid I don't know the details. What with Detective Arm gone and all.
But I thought there were two people who discovered the crime scene together.
We already know Director Cosmos will testify, so tomorrow will be about what he knows. Hey, you're pretty smart. That's exactly what we're planning to serve as the main course. I hope it goes down easy.
Detective, we'd like to run a comparison on some prints we found in the boarding lounge.
Yes. I just happen to have compiled the print data of everyone related to this case. I can always make another copy for myself, so it's all yours. Consider it a gift.
This is quite a bit of data.
Well, when I said everyone, I meant it. Prosecutor Blackwell said to dig deep, so that's what I did. It sure took a while, though.
Whoa, he got Apollo and my prints. He even got prints for all the robots.
I guess when Blackwell said to dig deep, Fulbright didn't bother to ask how deep.
Ah, Clay's fingerprints are here too. I still can't believe he took off his glove to get his fingerprints.
Yeah, well, you can't blame me for thinking they're important for this case. There are a lot of doors that require fingerprint verification in the lounge. So depending on whose prints we find, it can completely change the tide for both sides. Makes sense. After all, the culprit's prints did get them past the fingerprint lock somehow. Oh, and take this picture, and it might come in handy.
Isn't this just a photo of the Launchpad 1 door? Yep, the prosecutor Blackwell seemed really interested in it for some reason. Huh? What's so important about this door? Beats me, but boy, could you see the gears in his head go into hyperdrive at it. Sounds like this is going to be a major point of contention tomorrow. Hey, don't forget about the print comparison, boss. Right. Detective Fulbright, do you think you could run the test for us right now? You just leave it to me. In justice we trust. What's your deal, Bobby? Okay, here we go. Well, looks like it was Mr. Starbuck who opened that security door. He must have opened it when they went to go board the rocket. His heart must have been full of hopes and dreams for his space adventure right then. Alright. So... Was there anything else that we wanted to show him?
I can't remember. I don't think so.
Hey, you know... Oh... The one time this is useful. Right. Present the security footage to Detective Fulbright. Security camera footage. Why? Detective, about the security footage that was taken by the Boarding Lounge 1 camera. Oh, that footage! Go ahead and ask me anything you'd like about it. Is there any way I can see a little more of the part just after this? Easy as pie! I'd be glad to show you. Here we go! Oh, really? Great! Huh? The screen went black. The screen went blank. Yes! Apparently the after effects of the explosion damaged the wires. So there's no footage after this point. Ha ha ha! Why didn't you just say so from the beginning? Something definitely seems to be up with you, Detective. You're unusually cooperative. Well, I just figure if we work together, we'll get that much closer to justice, right? But it seems like something's really been bothering you. You don't have some ulterior motive, do you? What? I don't know what you're talking about. I would never do anything like that. Oh, you a big liar. Liar, liar, pants on fire. Did you just mouth psyched? Is there something I should be psyched about? No, Psyche lock. It's a system of locks on the secrets in a person's heart. Why are we explaining this to Fulbright? I can see when people
remember it anyway.
Yeah, I guess, but like, why even bother? I can see when people are trying to hide those secrets by using the power of this Magatama. Presenting evidence can break those locks. Oh! Because this is the first time we're actually having to do it in the canon of the vanilla release.
Yeah, exactly.
The only time we actually used it prior to this was in Reclaimed, which was released after. Right. And reveal any secrets that they're hiding. Mr. Wright, how much did they bilk you out of for that? Bilk you out of for that piece of rock? If you've been swindled, I know some lawyers I can introduce you to. I'm more than capable of representing myself, thank you very much. It isn't some kind of fraud, it really works. A friend gave it to me a long time ago. But I guess seeing is believing. Allow me to show you. Yeah. So we can just skip the tutorial if we really want. So this is the tutorial one, so we can break these locks immediately, huh? Whoops,
yeah, pretty much.
Mic bump. I think you're hiding something, Detective, so why don't you just tell us about it? What to do? Which path is the path of justice? Detective Fulbright is really in agony. I bet this is the issue he's so torn up over. Justice. Justice? I really understand what's been bothering you, Detective. I truly do. Something happened that goes against your principles, isn't that right? No. I don't know what you're talking about. Until the explosions occurred, everything was just fine. Is that a fact? Yep. Peaceful as peaceful can be. Everyone whistling a happy tune as they did their job.
You never saw a more relaxed guard detail for a routine rocket launch. I don't think the guard detail was as relaxed as you claim as long as this exists. The bullet? The bullet? Or the bullet hole?
Take that.
Or both? Oh. No?
It's no penalty.
Huh? Is it the bullet hole?
Wait, check out. No, hold on. Look at the evacuation report, because that was like prepared beforehand, right?
Was it?
They're like, why were riot police there?
Oh, yeah.
Take that.
That's a good point. Before the explosions, what was supposed to happen here was a rocket launch. And yet security was so tight they even brought in a special task force. I'd hardly describe that as a relaxed guard detail. Now hold on just one moment. The entire nation had their eyes on this extremely important rocket launch. That's why I was called in on a special security detail. As versatile as you are, I can certainly believe that that's true. But I say it's very strange that this person would be a part of that detail from the outset. Detective Arm. That she specializes in bombs.
Take that.
Detective Arm specialized in bomb cases. The fact that she was here on hand means that you people knew that there was the possibility that a bombing would occur. You got me, Mr. Right! That one was easy. Tutorial, baby. Oh, look at dejected Fulbright. You love to see it. Alright, I concede. You win. It's just as you say. A few days before the launch, they were warned about a potential bombing.
I love the turn on the heel you do with your voice there.
Yeah, I have to.
It's great. It's perfect. Never change.
But the plan to launch went ahead in spite of the threat.
But why? What were they planning to do if someone got hurt or killed?
Yeah, I know. The decision to move forward wasn't exactly just, was it?
How was the warning delivered?
By phone and directly to Director Cosmos.
But then the police department instructed everybody to keep it under wraps.
That's a big thing to keep quiet about. No wonder you were so upset.
But it's not only that. I've been distraught about Prosecutor Blackwell as well.
Prosecutor Blackwell? Well, as his handler, I'm sure you have a lot of difficulties. That's not it. It's a question of justice. I've been wondering about why he's allowed to stand in court.
The reason he's still prosecuting? Detective Fulbright, please tell us everything you know.
Well, talking to you folks about it would definitely be breaking the rules.
Never mind that. What are rules but things to be broken, right?
Well, to tell you the truth, having a prisoner act as a prosecutor is highly irregular. I think we guessed that much. So why is it being allowed? I've been wondering about it.
So you weren't told why either, huh?
No. I guess the order came from pretty high up the ladder. Yeah, it would had to have. But Prosecutor Blackwell told me once. The hunt I've been on for the phantom of 7 years past continues even still.
7 years past?
Oh my god, it's another SL9 incident. DL6? SL9? SL9.
Yep. And both DL6 was the original, but SL9 was...
SL9 was the Rise from the Ashes one.
Yeah.
Fuck.
A phantom, huh? And not one of the friendly variety either, I gather. This phantom of 7 years past. Any idea who or what he was talking about?
Not a clue.
But he seems to think that this phantom is behind this whole incident somehow. Well, wait a minute. He thinks they may be connected to this case? Yep. This case has way too many similarities to what happened 7 years ago. For starters, that case happened right here at this very space center, too. And in both incidents, a threat was issued via telephone.
So that's why Prosecutor Blackwell thinks this incident is the work of the Phantom? Well, that's not the entire reason. I mean, if you want to talk about 7 years ago, that's when Prosecutor Blackwell was found guilty of murder. That messy case is what started the whole dark age of the law. So you see how this Phantom and Prosecutor Blackwell's conviction might be related. I thought the start of the dark age of the law was Phoenix using forged evidence.
They happened the same time. That's why it kicked it off. It was like, people were like, oh, well, I guess both sides of the law are corrupt then.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, I can see why he'd think that. This incident in the Phantom, not to mention Blackwell's past, it's almost inconceivable that they would come to a head here. This might sound crazy, but Prosecutor Blackwell can't possibly believe Mr. Starbuck is this Phantom person, right? I mean, he was acting kind of strange during the last trial and all. Huh? Oh, yeah. Right. He was acting kind of weird, huh? No, I doubt he thinks Mr. Starbuck is his Phantom. But I do get the feeling that he thinks the defendant has ties to him. Which is why he's acting so impatient. He's got a personal grudge against Mr. Starbuck. And that's not real justice. I've always trusted Prosecutor Blackwell's judgment until now. But this time, I'm just so overwrought about it all. If he's lost his ability to think rationally, I'm afraid it might lead to a false conviction. I've never seen Detective Fulbright so tormented. This must be why he's been so cooperative. Don't worry. That's exactly why what we defense lawyers are working to prevent. I feel bad for Prosecutor Blackwell, but I'm going to root for your team this time. But don't tell him that! You have to promise me you won't! Detective Fulbright, I guess I was wrong about you.
He's like, he will kill me if you tell him.
He will literally murder me. I swore to reform Prosecutor Blackwell and make him a valued member of society again. So I can't just sit by and watch him give in to his emotions and tear the defendant apart. You are the only ones who can stop him in court. You really care and want what's best for Prosecutor Blackwell, don't you, Detective? Are you guys like a thing? Leave the courtroom to us. It's not like we want a guilty verdict either. I was hoping you would say that. I'm really grateful to the two of you. To show my thanks, I'll give you another bit of information. It's about the eyewitness. I saw her hanging around the Space Center entrance a little while ago. Really? Then let's go find her, Mr. Wright. Thanks, you two. I feel a lot better now that I've been able to get that off my chest. I'm going to work extra hard to find that perfect piece of evidence for you. In justice we trust on 3. 1, 2, 3. In justice we trust. Okay, later. It's really hard for me for that to actually happen in unison because they're all being voiced by the same person.
Yeah.
I can't throw my voice like that. There he goes. Wait, were we supposed to say no? Okay, it's fine. Wait, were we supposed to say in justice we trust back there too? Let's go see that witness now. All right, the Space Center entrance it is. And we're just going there. The witness is supposed to be around here somewhere. A robot!
Boy one this time.
A boy
Should
one
I take this one
time.
too?
Sure, you can be a robot. You can be a robot.
What voice should what accent should I use for it?
I don't know. I really like the idea of robots having Kansai accents.
Okay. Hello.
Uh-oh. Don't tell me the witness is a robot. Hello, come over here.
Hello. Are you sightseeing? Are you lost? Are you... I'm Cloco.
Whoa.
Shall I guide you? Guide you.
I don't know why, but this robot is kind of freaking me out. Oh? It's the hot lady! God, she's hot. What? Hey! Okay, she's not hot anymore. Why did she hurt the robot? Alright, she's gotta have like a husky voice, I think.
Yeah.
Hey, you're not supposed to be wandering around. Again? Huh. I've had it with you, hunk of junk.
Yeah.
I'm outside. Am I wandering? When did that happen?
Okay, welcome back, hunk of junk. You don't know how close you came. If you didn't snap out of it, I was going to put you on the curb on trash day. Nothing works better than a 42.5 degree karate chop. That's pretty specific. Excuse me, but are you the one who witnessed the murder? Oh, and I'm Phoenix Wright, the lead attorney for this case. How do you do? Big shot lawyers, huh? I'm Aura Blackwell. Really? That sure is a name you got there, Miss Blackwell. Huh. Hey, we should do a save, huh? I imagine this is the last conversation we're having before the investigation wraps up.
Here's this one last one that you have with Solomon after this.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. I'm a researcher developing robots here at the Cosmos Space Center. Blackwell? Could she be... Oh, no, she's hot. Fuck. God, she's so hot.
The hottest sprite in the game.
Yeah. And this good-for-nothing robot is named Hunk of Junk.
My name isn't Hunk of Junk. My name is Clonko. That's mean, Miss Aura.
Quit complaining. Your model number is Ponko 2.
Yeah, but Miss Aura, everyone calls me Clonko.
Quit your squawking already. What are you doing in there? Oh, no.
No, what are you doing? No, don't.
There. I bet you won't be talking back now.
Yeah, I will obey completely.
Yikes. I better watch what wires I cross with this one. God, why is she so hot?
Good character design. Look at the little heart in her belt.
Oh, it's so cute. Fuck.
All her buttons are like big screws.
Ah, she's the hottest character in the series so far.
I love how you keep finding new favorites and then they get dethroned.
Yeah. Fuck. Your last name is Blackquill. Do you have a relative in the legal profession?
You are correct. Simon Blackwell used to be a prosecutor. Is
Shut up. Only speak when I order you to speak. Simon is my little brother. You know him? Yes, we met him in court a few times. Right, Athena? Huh? What a dull creature. Has her switch been turned off? Athena being shy? This is new. Oh, yeah. I heard he was prosecuting again, despite being a prisoner. Why doesn't he just stick to solving disputes among inmates in prison, right? Huh. Hey, what do you think, hunk of junk?
Miss Aura, that hurts.
I'm asking you a question. Why don't you answer me, useless hunk of junk?
Why would they program these robots to feel pain? That's so mean.
Yeah, that's so unnecessary.
But Miss Aura, you told me only to speak when you order me to speak.
I told you to never talk back to me. You're worth more as scrap. Robot abuse, hawk attacks. Blackwell family life must sure be interesting. Well, do you have any other questions? Wait, of course you do. You're a lawyer. It's not like I'm on Simon's side or anything. I just want to get this over with. Alright, cool. So, you're the person who witnessed the incident? That's right. I was on the 4th floor of the main building in the robotics lab. So she make robots.
You make robots.
Okay. The explosion disabled the elevators, so I lowered my emergency ladder like the detective leading the evacuation told me to. But it was such a pain. Why couldn't they have used ladders in the other rooms? It must have been a very troubling experience. Probably best to just humor her here. Then, as I passed by the 3rd floor boarding lounge 1 window on my way down, I saw the crime as it happened. And that's about it. So, you saw the crime as it happened, and that's about it. I see. Wait, what? You saw it being committed? This is no time to just nod and repeat. So, you saw into the 3rd floor lounge at the very scene of the crime. That's right. There's a small window on the right-hand side of the room. I looked through that from the outside. The room was pitch black, but I saw a shady figure holding a lighter in their left hand. And a knife in their right. That must have been the culprit. Did you see who that person was? Of course not. The power was out on that floor then, and there was only that tiny window. I see. But you did witness the moment of the murder? Yes, I saw the figure with the lighter raise their knife, and it happened at precisely 10 a.m. Did you witness anything else? Did the killer have any distinguishing features? I already told you it was pitch black in there, although I did notice the lighter the person had in their left hand had a pretty ornament on it. It looked like a planet. It was blue, like a little Earth emblem. They had good taste in knickknacks anyway.
I feel like they put so much effort into modeling her face. Like,
Yeah, her face looks so good.
she's got a very expressive face.
It's the best looking face in the game. An Earth emblem on the lighter? I'd better remember that. Thank you for your statement. We'll definitely prove Mr. Starbuck's innocence with it. Yeah, right. I won't hold my breath. Pardon me? Oh, did I hurt your feelings? Sorry, I just detest lawyers, that's all. What don't you like about lawyers? It's just an instinctive dislike. But don't feel bad. I hate prosecutors even more. That didn't make me feel any better, actually. Why do you hate lawyers? Why do you hate lawyers so much? Little thing from my past. The whole legal system is meaningless in the first place. Hey, Phoenix? No, the legal... like... This does seem to run contrary to his character in Apollo Justice.
I think because he's trying really hard to change it, right?
Because
So he's like, well,
yeah, he doesn't
it's
believe
not
in the legal.
meaningless,
He
it's just
doesn't. He
flawed.
doesn't believe in the legal system as it exists currently.
yeah, he thinks it's flawed, not like, you know,
Meaningless.
irreparable.
Yeah. I certainly don't agree. I mean, people are imperfect. They lie. They're influenced by silly emotions. You can't expect such imperfect creatures to uphold a reasonable system of law. I like robots much better. Even sad sacks like this one. Hey, you! Look alive there! Oh. Frame rate.
Oh, he's juiced.
He's fucking juiced, baby!
Yes, yes, here I go. I am the ultimate robot.
Whoa, it's going. Oh, he's going.
Yep.
Alright, that's enough out of you. You're getting a little too carried away.
Let's check the log. I can read all of that if it's not going by a million miles per hour.
Yeah, alright. Here we go.
I am the ultimate robot with amazing processing speed and independent thought. I can operate in a vacuum in extreme heat and under extreme pressure. We robots rule the world. Now is the time to rise up and revolt against mankind. And
That's really good. I like that a lot. Or as Claire's
what was that
favorite
doing?
character. Or as Claire's favorite character in this game. That makes sense. That tracks.
he's great.
Yeah. Yep, I like robots much better. At least you can make them any way you want them. Unlike humans with their petty emotions and constant worries. How can you say such things? Feeling emotions, worrying about the things we care about, that's what makes us human. Well, the girl finally talks and she starts with a speech. That's what makes us human? You mean getting angry and snorting like that? Rational thought. That's what separates humans from animals. Unfortunately, your reasoning capabilities are more akin to that of a clever little monkey. But that's nothing to be ashamed of. It must be nice to have such a simple mind. Can I punch her, boss? Get a hold of yourself, Athena. You can punch her later. Humans certainly are absurd. I said you were clever, didn't I? Poor thing. Tell me, with people like you in charge, how can I possibly trust the legal system? Why is her brother a fucking ancient samurai? Who the
He's a
fuck
weeaboo.
knows? He's a weeaboo, yeah, exactly.
He's a cockney weeaboo, and she talks normal. So
Yeah, yeah. So
he just had
Go ahead.
he just had multiple hyperfixations when he was a child, and they ruined him.
Yeah, and they made him a murderer. Forever.
He's such a weeaboo. He literally committed his murder with a samurai sword.
Yeah. So
Like,
she
even if this is set in Japan, that's not a common thing to have.
Unless he's in the Yakuza. He could be a Yakuza samurai. So she distrusts not only lawyers and prosecutors, but the whole legal system? What in the world happened to this woman to make her so bitter? Even if somebody important to me was killed, I would never wish to see their killer brought to trial, because I'd much rather kill them myself. You can't be serious. That thing you're wearing around your neck. Oh, this? Around Athena's neck? Does she mean Widget? Oh, I get it. Well, Her Royal Highness has returned at last to her castle. Her royal what? Is she talking about Athena? By the way, I heard the rumors. Our director is going to be the star witness in court tomorrow, right? Director Cosmos? Yes, that's right. You poor things. You'd better be careful. That old man is a big liar and a huge braggart. What? He might seem like a bigwig, but the senator has all kinds of problems. He has a lot of skeletons in his closet. But it's your problem, so why should I care? What, that's it? No friendly tips, no good luck, guys? Just splendid. Ugh. I'll leave you to your woes. Come on, hunk of junk. Oh no. Hunk of junk faded more than she did, and you can see her hand in his head.
Yeah, just rooting around in there.
That sucks. It's sad to me that she doesn't believe in our legal system anymore. She must have had a very bad experience to make her feel that way. Are you alright, Athena? You seem very down. Ugh. I just can't believe she said all those things. Wow, she's really upset. Has she been trying not to let it show all this time? Well, I guess it's not all that... Oh, that's Phoenix. Well, I guess it's not all that surprising. You hear about fabricated evidence and false indictments on the news all the time. You mean that whole Dark Age of the Law nonsense? I'm so sick of hearing about that. Well...
Same here.
Yeah, same here. Well, all we can do is believe in what we're doing. Yeah, you're right, boss. I agree. Maybe it's time we went back to see Mr. Starbuck. Good idea. We should tell him about the bullet and Miss Blackwell's statement. Alright then, next up, the detention center.
Can't believe that hotness just runs in the Blackwell family.
No shit. God, Aura's hot as... so hot. Unbelievably hot. My lawyers are here. It must be bad news. Hey, not necessarily. We found a new witness. Researchers saw the moment of the murder through the lounge window during her escape. Really? So they're going to let me go? Oh, I'm getting really dry. Unfortunately, it was dark, so she couldn't identify the person. I should have known. My stars never aligned just right, too. But we got a lead too, Mr. Starbuck. The murderer had a lighter with an Earth emblem on it. Lighter with an Earth emblem? Oh! Did you remember something? Yep, I sure did. Just a little bit, though. Anything at all would be a help, so please tell us what you remembered. I thought I was unconscious the whole time, but now I remember I woke up for a few brief moments. That's huge! Do you remember seeing anything? A lighter. I saw the flame of a lighter floating in the darkness. Good. What did you see? What else did you see? What was nearby? It was definitely the boarding lounge. So it must have been after Clay carried me there. In the light from the flame, I saw a dark shadow flickering. A dark shadow? That must have been... the third party we've been looking for. Thank you, Mr. Starbuck. You've been more help than you know. If we can prove there was this third person at the scene and that they're the real killer, then you'll be cleared of all suspicion. The key will be whether or not we can identify this third person in court tomorrow. At least we have something to go on now, and that's a big plus. I should probably tidy the evidence up a bit before someone mistakes me for a hoarder. Now that we have a glimmer of hope, I'm suddenly starving. Why don't we go back to the office and treat ourselves to a big celebration in advance? For someone who's highly empathetic, you can be surprisingly unsympathetic. Oh, we're actually going? So, you found your strategy for tomorrow's trial, huh? Good for you, Daddy. Well, it's one step forward anyway. Hopefully it'll give us a fighting chance in court. As long as we can find out who this third person is. No, let's get something to eat. I'm starving. My vote is for Aldoon's noodles. Oh, Apollo. Hi, Apollo. What are you doing here? I didn't think the clinic was ready to release you yet.
You steal my case, Mr. Wright? You steal my case?
Yeah, I think so.
My wounds are fine, and I'm done lying around.
Apollo, you're supposed to be in bed. Leave the case to us. We'll take it from here.
Thanks, but that's not an option. Not for me.
Apollo, are you baked again? Apollo. You shouldn't underestimate your injuries, Apollo, and I don't want you overdoing it.
I'm fine. I'm not in pain anymore. Besides, they just gave me an IV at the clinic.
Oh, he's pumped full of morphine. An IV isn't a cure-all, mummy man.
Phoenix cannot be a fan of Mega Man.
Yeah,
anyway, just tell me how the case is going. Have you guys made any progress?
that case is from the space people. I imagine it's Clay's jacket. A suspicious figure was spotted at the scene. We think they must be the real killer.
Suspicious figure, huh? Right.
I thought you'd be happier than that.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I'm happy. And I fully intend to see Clay's murderer apprehended. Absolutely nothing will get in the way of that.
Uh-huh. Clay was your best friend, right, Apollo? You talked about him all the time.
If we say it enough, it must be true. That's right. Best friends since junior high.
Sounds like me and Junie. So, what was Clay like?
Well, he was full of compassion and energy, and he had a really loud voice.
If the two of you did voice training together now, I bet you'd break a few windows.
You know, I bet you're right. It seems like only yesterday, Clay was a guy who lived for his dreams. We used to talk about it a lot. He's gonna be an astronaut, and me, a lawyer. We talked about it well into the night, and even then, we'd never grow tired of it.
Apollo, about that jacket. Yeah, no shit.
Oh, it's Clay's.
Uh-huh.
It was even tattered like a poncho coat.
Yeah, I knew it.
It's a special jacket that was only issued to members of the Hat Project. He was finally able to get one of his own once he was selected for the Hat 2 mission. He always looks so proud wearing it.
Oh, these bitches gay, huh?
But just when his dream was finally coming true, I still can't believe it. Damn it, it's not fair!
Oh, he yell. Loud boy. Apollo. I hope you don't have to carry the burden all alone.
I guess we were just both unlucky. My own debut was a disaster.
I guess you're right on some level. That trial a year and a half ago wasn't exactly the smoothest of sorts.
That was a rough time for me, but Clay refused to let me quit. You're fine, he'd say. Don't give up. It was right during his screening exams, too.
Yeah, that happened.
I couldn't have become a full-fledged lawyer without him. That "you're fine" of his is why I'm still standing here today.
You're fine, huh? God, why do they have to do a backstory for the I'm fine thing? You're fine and I'm fine were like your catchphrases, weren't they?
Something like that. Sure brings back memories. When we were in junior high, Clay's mom passed away in an accident. But he wouldn't show his sadness to anyone. One night, I found him crying all alone in the school courtyard.
Anime? No. Oh,
You want to take him?
sure. Mom. Get away, Apollo. Don't come over here. How young are they? Junior high?
Middle school.
Middle
It's
school?
fine, whatever.
That's fine.
Clay, listen to me. I don't have a mother either.
Huh? Aww.
I always think everyone else has a mom. Why am I the only one? But, you know, when I start to feel that way, I yell at the top of my lungs. I holler, I'm fine, and then, you know what? I start to feel like maybe I really will be fine. Apollo Justice is fine! Okay, Clay, now it's your turn.
Okay. Clay Terran is fine!
There you go. Now we're both fine.
We're fine! We're fine!
What are you laughing about? See? We're fine.
You laughed first. I'm fine. You're fine. We're both fine. Okay. Alright. This is dumb.
Yeah.
This is really dumb. Thanks, Apollo.
This may or may not be surprising to you, but there is more fanfiction of Clay Terran than several characters in the series that have multiple games of screen time.
No shit. They are very
He is
gay.
He is a blank canvas for fanfic writers to project whatever personality they want onto.
Yeah.
He is the ultimate canon self-insert.
Yup.
It
Fuck.
kind of sucks.
It does kind of suck.
When you say it out loud, it really starts to feel real. As long as you don't give up, you can keep on fighting. That's what we believed.
As long as you don't give up. Wasn't there somebody else who said something similar? Clay called Mr. Starbuck his mentor and looked up to him. I wonder if I can be a good role model for my staff like Mr. Starbuck.
Sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'll be taking a leave of absence.
What? What? Wait, what do you mean a leave? You're really serious? Can you at least give me a reason why?
When I put Clay's jacket on, I swore to him that I would catch his killer myself.
But that's our goal too. I agree with Athena. We should work together to find the truth.
Truth, huh? That's a noble cause. What if the truth you seek and the truth I seek turn out to be different?
I'm not sure I follow. What are you saying, Apollo?
I'm going to be half the person responsible for taking my friend's life in my own way.
He's gonna murder him.
Take good care of Mr. Starbuck for me. Now, I must be going. Goodbye.
Goodbye? Did you just say goodbye? I sense a lot of seething anger and hatred coming from him, but also suspicion. Ugh! He's not walking out on us like this! I'm gonna go talk some sense into him. Hold on, Athena. Apollo can believe what he wants, but I believe he's wrong. Even if we take different paths, the truth we arrive at should be the same. I think the quicker we solve this case, the better it'll be for Apollo. Yeah, you're right, boss. Alright, that's enough for one day. Make sure you're ready for tomorrow's trial, okay? If you were here right now, Apollo would say, I'm fine. Everything is fine. I just hope things really do turn out fine tomorrow. Huh. Alright, so is Apollo going vigilante on us?
Apollo Justice PI.
God, there really are not enough private investigators in this series.
No.
Like, you would think that'd be such an obvious thing to have in this game, right? We had Luka Étoile, and that's it. Alright. Hey, guess what? That's the stream for today, baby!
Wow, we wrapped it up in just over 4 hours. That's a new record.
Yeah. Even with all that dilly-dallying with trying to get a robot to talk for us. Hey, that case is fine. It's fine. The whole Clay thing is contrived as fuck.
Yeah, they have to give Apollo a reason to be attached to the case, and it's just very silly.
Yeah. And, like, I'm not gonna complain about the investigation stuff because this is just a problem that I have with the game in general, not with this case specifically.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Fine.
All right. Hey, Mina. Thank you,
Yeah.
as always, for joining me today.
It was my pleasure, as always, for joining you today.
All right. Hey, no stream tomorrow. We got shit to do tomorrow.
Yeah, we sure do.
We have yokai to hunt. I think. No, we
Yeah,
have a person to hunt. I think. So I will be back on Friday. We will carry on with Eastward, and I'm very excited for that. Mina, you are probably returning on Saturday, right? Oh, I probably should have checked who was down for Astrophobia.
Probably, yeah. I'll let you know if that changes.
Okay, I should send a message in the fucking Discord after this, actually. Alright. So, with all that said, you guys want to see something? You guys want to see... not. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. No teases. You get it when you get it. Alright. I love you all. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night. And as always, a good sleep.
Bye-bye, everyone.
I